but we're gonna do the music thing, but I'm also gonna do the hockey thing all in one show. It's just a big old round table thing too. You'll be live too, so
I'm live right now, and believe me, I got so I'm not too in a happy mood right now. I just apparently got this thing into my Gmail saying.
Well, then I'm gonna add you to the call, Brown.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Yo, Nikki J. Hey, add Brown to the call. Because he was calling me. Keith, please, sir.
All right.
Dr. Brown.
All right.
Yes.
Okay.
No. Okay. So quickly, you wanted to call in to Dr. Brown. To Dave Rose's show. She went.
Huh?
No. Okay. So everyone, this is Nikki J. Very vocal on the.
Yeah, he called me not so long ago. Earlier.
A lot of people are interviewing or reviewing and into right now. But Nikki J was trying to call in and be in the chat with Dave Rose. A lot of people aren't fans with you right now, Nikki J. Would you like to maybe talk to Rose? Or I know Rose is in the chat here, so if Rose want to call in, I mean, I don't know if he even wants to talk to you, but what's on your chest, brother? Let us know.
All right. All right. Come on, let me do this.
There we go. Sending people over there, doing what you guys are doing. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking call it out.
Well, I didn't. It was in like.
And why didn't you ever get on Discord and call?
I called. Well, I don't fuck with Discord. I can't. I called 4 times on Skype though, because everyone
you could have easily got on there. You could have messaged someone, hey, can you help me out with this? Like, it's not that hard.
Yeah, but. That was Tony's like kind of thing.
Basically, the way I looked at it was you sent your cronies over there to attack a fucking show. Honestly, that's the way I looked at it. And then all of a sudden, they all just come back to you, and you guys do a show again. So.
Well, I never sent them. I never was like, hey, go over there and do that.
That's the way it looked like to me. So.
All right.
But so damn, if I had that much power.
Because all of a sudden, like, we get ready to do monetize this, and then we got fucking. We got C-Man, Travis, you. Well, not you, because I guess you tried to call in on Skype from what you're saying. And then we get Tony, Mr. Voice Changer, calling on Discord, and then Bullsy. But for some reason, you just never tried to get on it.
What do you mean I tried? What do you mean? I just told you I tried 3 times on Skype.
Dude, okay, first off, the show was 6 hours long. All right? Don't tell me that.
Yeah, but when you were listening,
tried to get on.
When you heard Cronin, I figured all this drama show stuff was for that pre-show only. I didn't know it was going to carry over to monetize this like that.
Cronin
said, no.
Really? You didn't expect Joe to? You really didn't expect Joe to do that at all?
Well, listen, I call the guy out every day. He can call my show, for God's sakes. You know what I'm saying?
Why
it's a wolf pack over there. No, it is. What?
Why would he?
Well, why would I call his show?
I don't know. Why'd you send all your cronies over?
I never sent them, bro.
No, right, Nikki J. No one's.
If I had that much power over people, bro, I would be, Mr. fucking shit in the community and just the world in general.
It seems like you are.
God, really?
All right. So what happened here, guys?
Dr. Brown, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing all right. What up, Nikki? We talked earlier today.
Oh, nothing. Just dealing with the shit.
So what happened? So what happened, dudes?
Basically, the real thing is, I'm on. Sometimes I'm on Ken's show, and I'm sometimes on Joe's show. And some people like it, and some people really fucking hate it. And when I stick up for bullshit, and my friends that are getting slandered and words put in their mouth, and other people don't like it, I mean, that's what I'm dealing with right now. I mean, people can say what they want. I know what I do every day. I mean, it's fine.
So basically,
Nikki J, no one had a problem with you being over at Joe's show. That was not the problem. The problem was you were acting like a tough guy on Joe's show, and
really, I was not.
Really, what happened? When did this happen?
The reason I was fucking pissed off is because there's somebody coming in there that's been talking shit about my friend for 6 months.
Joe invited them. Joe invited everyone that
Yeah,
had beef with them
You
to
don't
call
think
in
I
and
gave?
talk
You
about it.
don't think
Look,
I
the
gave
title of
Joe?
the show was
Understand that?
Hold on,
You don't
guys.
think
What
I gave
happened here?
Joe a
What
piece of my
happened?
mind
Here, we
about
need
it?
to.
Know that since you're complaining about it.
You need to
You
fill
don't
in
think
Dr.
I
Brown
said
with what
anything to
happened.
Joe about this?
Yeah, please let me
Keith,
know what just happened
Keith, tell
here,
Dr.
dude.
Brown what happened.
Yes,
Please.
please. Because I'm just now finding about this now, dudes.
I don't 100% know what happened.
Keith, you're watching
Oh,
Dr. Brown
Jesus
show.
Christ, dude.
All you have to do is watch Dr. I mean, all you have to do is watch
And
Dave Rose
first
show.
off, let me say something. Dave Rose, you're not exposing anything. I'm surprised that you fucking wasted your Father's Day fucking yesterday doing a 7-hour show on bullshit instead of hanging out with your own father. Who the fuck do you think you are? Mr. Intellectual? Like, what the fuck? That's all I really
Nicky J,
gotta
what gave
say.
you the idea he didn't hang out with his father just because he did a 7-hour stream?
It don't, dude. I was gone all day. Got home at 8 and started hearing all the shit that was being talked about. I don't fucking need to hear it. I know what
no
I
family
fucking
stuff
do.
though.
You
No
all
family.
can say whatever.
Yeah, he probably hung with his father earlier in that day before he went
No,
live.
it's fucking no. If you guys want to slander me all fucking day,
Well, who's
Talk
slandering
about
you?
it, okay?
it's fine. I know what I see. You guys can see what you want. Dr. Earl, rock on. I'll see you later.
Okay.
Yeah, that one came on
so,
because Nick J came on, could have spewed some shit. Of
so,
course.
so
This
what happened
show,
here?
Basically, the show said Joe Croner versus the world. Exposing all that. So obviously,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Joe was doing a drama show. People called in,
Yeah.
and Nikki J said that I sent everyone over there, which is interesting. But I mean, Keith, like fill Brown in. Basically.
Yeah, please. Yo, what the fuck is going on here, dude?
Okay, Nikki J called in to Joe versus the world at I don't know. I missed like the first.
And this was before Joe went live with Monetize This, I take it.
Yes.
Because I was at work the whole time, and I don't have time to check YouTube or anything like that there. So
I don't know what Nikki J said on Joe versus the world.
I mean, just he was having his friends back, Joe, and we've all been in those positions where we had Joe's back and stuff like that. But it comes a point where it's just. I mean, Joe is playing a sick, weird game to where he's making us look crazy when he's saying, for example, the kill myself stuff.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
I mean, and then he says, "Oh, what? You're saying that No, you're saying it, dude, yourself." But when we bring it up, he's saying that we're telling him that or something.
Right.
So he twisted all in this weird, sick game, dude. And I see through the bullshit. A lot of other people do, but.
Wow.
Just I don't fuck with the malicious stuff, and I'm not gonna have nothing to do with that.
Wow.
The guy won't denounce Scott. He won't denounce Danny MT, who also threatens and.
So I take it Danny MT was on Joe's program as well on Monetize This.
You didn't hear? Oh,
no, I didn't. I don't really watch Monetize This at all. Like I said, the vibe has changed, and whenever that vibe changes, I'm like, go ahead.
Listen to this clip from Danny.
Go ahead.
New attack. Here we go.
Same thing to you as it does to Joe. Shut your fucking mouth, Tony. Because you're the first stop when I go back up to New York City. I'm going to take Joe to a steak dinner with his whole family. Then I'm hitting you, motherfucker, before I go to Long Island. Here we go. Shut your fucking mouth, motherfucker, before I go to Long Island. Before I go to Long Island. Go to Long Island.
So threats to listen, I'm not trying to bring them in it, but
he's going after Tony for what reason?
And Ken
Ken, what the fuck?
Because he's a crazy, he's a lot like Scott. It's like Scott 2.0.
He has brain damage.
Front lobe.
Oh my gosh, what the fuck?
Frontal lobe brain damage, basically, is what we're dealing with here.
Oh my god.
Years of abuse of prescription painkillers, pills, and obviously blows to the head.
Wow.
And blowjobs, probably. But, when is Arknolia going to be on the scene? At 30 minutes?
Well, it's about 30 minutes. Minnesota Vikings sent a message to me not so long ago. He says he wants to be added to this call.
Well, me and Keith have nothing to do with that. Yeah, Brown, we tried that before, and remember he just
Well,
everyone
I will.
out.
Well, tell you what. I'll message him back and saying if he could keep it cool.
No, but he's another one. I don't want I don't want to be associated with malicious people either. I mean, it's just it's me, you, Arknolia, and Keith. That's all. That's fine.
Oh yeah, well,
So
yeah.
that's
All right.
Minnesota Vikings fan is a grade A troll. Like one of the worst trolls there is.
Well, okay. So either way, well, back to the Tony sir. I heard he's
Yes.
he's been fired. If I understand from your
Yes,
show, I
Tony
guess.
has been relieved of his duties here.
Oh wow.
Pink slip.
For being
Just
with Joe Cronin.
well, being associated with Danny MT is the ultimate. The maliciousness of him.
What the hell?
Can't be associated with that. And we're here to do a show. We're not here to be jealous or envy or attack.
Mhm.
Just we're switching things around.
Yeah.
I can't believe you would join up with Danny MT.
Hey, that's his choice. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Yep.
I'm beginning. I'm kind of questioning the guy myself a little bit there.
Right.
I mean, remember he wanted to go after Joe Cronin and say he was going to kill the guy in front of his family there.
Right. We don't need that culture in the community. You know what I'm saying?
And plus, and let me say this, if the guy's going to get upset over, having his wrench removed, it's like, come on, give us a break. I mean, like anybody else be like, yeah, okay, fine, whatever, I'm heading to bed.
Right.
But when you say things like shit's coming, that's deemed as a threat,
Right.
no matter what. And and I don't. In a lot of ways, I know Ken was furious over that. He almost went after Tommy because Tommy was so much friends with the guy, and I guess Tommy was now starting to realize because he said, Danny, don't you don't have to defend me no more and shit like that.
Yes. Remember
Yeah.
when you used to give Tommy? Remember when Danny wasn't even in the community 2 years
Yeah.
ago?
Yes.
Is Tommy you've followed Tommy and you've tried to give him advice for a while now.
Yes,
but
I
Tommy
did, yeah.
Hasn't he always brought in those weird friends like James Worley and
Yeah. Who we haven't
like,
heard from in God knows how long.
what is it?
James Woolery.
Worley,
The guy who
and
apparently put all those paid gay porn on his playlist on his YouTube channel a couple years back.
and Danny MT is pretty much in that same position. So he always brings these weirdos in the community, and no one wants.
Hansel, who's a terrorist.
I mean, allegedly.
Yep.
And
Yes.
Keith, did you see? Dr. Brown, look at Keith's Van Halen picture in the back. You see that?
Let me check. Let me check here. It's kind of. Let me go to the Skype here.
Keith, bring the camera towards the picture.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to see from way here.
As a one of a kind Van Halen Frankenstein painting that Keith painted. Dr.
Oh
Brown.
yeah, I see. Yeah, the design there. I see. That's pretty good there. Probably
It's
one of the
nice,
most
right?
I know. Probably one of the most iconic, designs out there.
Right.
Keith
Because
painted
right now that's because you remember there were amplifiers with that same exact design. There was
Yes.
sneakers with that design. You name it. Guitar straps. And I guess now all that's gonna probably sold hotcakes now because when he died, no doubt about that.
And then Keith painted he has the Bumblebee one at his
Oh, yeah.
workshop, and then obviously
nice.
the black and white stripe.
Oh yeah, man. Oh gosh, it's
But
sad.
there's so
that,
much drama in this community that
there's drama going on right now and everywhere around the corner here. For instance, there's a little bit of drama to me right now. Apparently, I got a notice on my Gmail saying copyright claim was released. Yeah, because apparently what it was is that I did a Saturday night dark techno stream. Dave was watching, a couple others were watching, and apparently what it was, I found out today when I was out bike riding that it got a copyright claim. So
Did you
because
refute it?
Well, I refuted. No, I just fucking took it down. I was so pissed off. I should have probably. I know I should probably refuted all that stuff, but I don't really know how that process goes there. So I said, fuck it. Maybe a couple months later, I'll probably upload it once again. Probably add a little bit extra sound so it won't be that recognizable.
Well, did you have any like new songs that
No, no. It was on this. It was a instrumental techno track with a couple of extra sounds mixed into it. Yeah. Like voice, like radio static voices over CB radios and shit like that. Space station sounds here and there. But luckily, I still had the video. I was able to convert that into audio and upload that onto my MP3 there.
Right.
I was listening to that while I was bike riding today, and it's damn. I have to say, damn, I did a damn good job.
Is it
Yeah.
When is the last time you played guitar?
It's been a while, when you think about it. Often at times while I'm listening to you guys or when I'm listening to other Ken's program, I'll pick it up and start playing a little bit here, minus the amplifier, of course. But you know what? I'm glad you brought that up. I should probably sometime, do a guitar playing video for my channel there. Thanks for bringing that up. I got to start doing that again there. I also have to get my tablet to record, whichever beats I can from YouTube and shit, because I don't have a drum machine. I do not have a synthesizer. I only have my guitar, my amp, my effects pedal, blah, blah, blah. There are times I wish I had a guitar synthesizer so I can come up with some keyboard type riffs there, but sadly I don't have that. I one time had a Fruity Loop Studio on my previous computer, but I didn't know how to operate the damn thing, so I had to remove the shit there. And the person who operated it before, who was my ex-girlfriend's oldest son, I tried messaging him a few times, but got no response. So, fuck it. So I have to rely on what I can, to come up with these techno sets and dark ambient sets. And I do plan on doing a dark ambient set after the show with Arknolia later on this evening, which, by the way, I will remove after when I'm done. But
Keith
ahead.
Does have some news stories for us, Keith, if you want to go ahead and do have some music news and obviously some Jersey Shore news we need to get over before.
Yeah, go ahead. What do we got, man?
Oh, what lists are for Arknolia today? Are they going to be in the 80s? Maybe?
I think it's still in the 70s up there,
right.
Believe it or not. I believe it's, we're still on that. I think we're approaching towards, I guess, the 77, 78, 79 period up there, And
yeah, but we can't. But I'm not trying to be a dick or nothing. But me or Keith have no interest in being on any show with Minnesota. We just want to do our thing.
I understand that.
I mean, TBA.
I don't know why.
Like,
I mean, I'm surprised because
usually nights like these, we do our thing, and then you have Thursdays with Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's kind of fair.
Well, but I know like a couple of times Minnesota has been late a couple of times there with his, with his streams. Like one time I was hoping to go from this program to Arknolia and the Doctor to Real Swag TV, but sadly I had to wait till about possibly 10 p.m. at the nighttime there. Because
I like sharing the clout with you, though.
It's kind of funny. We did it, and I was able. I consider myself lucky. I was able to do the show with you guys. I got the last 40 minutes of that verbal debacle between Nikki Nines and Danny MT there on my channel. You may have noticed, and then I was able to go into Real Fuck TV with Minnesota Vikings fan, and then later Bullseye. We had a good talk about the politics and what the fuck is wrong with it nowadays here.
Wow.
Yeah. All right, Keith, are you ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Take it over.
Says Margot newly engaged as details emerge from ex's latest arrest.
Who?
So basically, it's the guy. It's the big muscly guy on Jersey Shore, Ronnie.
Yes.
Because he got this new girlfriend, I guess apparently marrying her, and she's pretty hot. She looks just like the ex, but the ex is, read on, Keith. Domestic abuse. Also, what happened?
Really?
Jersey Shore star Ronnie Ortiz Matt Magro is a newly engaged man putting it on his girlfriend's finger the same weekend his ex, Jen Harley, allegedly pointed a gun at her new boyfriend.
Wow.
Jesus.
Holy cow.
Ronnie asked Safari Massos to marry him over the weekend with a beachside proposed in Los Angeles on Saturday, according to People. However, while the two celebrated, Ronnie's ex, Jen, and her boyfriend had some fireworks of their own. Law enforcement sources tell us Jen and her boyfriend, Joseph Ambrosola, pulled up to the legendary Crazy House 3 in Vegas and were allegedly arguing about where to park and about Jen's drinking.
Ah.
We're told things got so heated at the bar, secretly actually asked them to leave, which they did, but sources say the fighting didn't end there. We're told that on the drive home, Jen allegedly started wailing on the back of Joseph's head, and then we're told she chucked his phone out the window.
Wow.
No, not the phone. Forcing him to pull over to get out and look for it. Once Joseph was out of the car, our sources say Jen got in the driver's seat and took off, leaving Joseph in the street where he had to find a ride home.
Wow.
We're told things intensified even further when they got home, where the fight continued and Jen allegedly pointed a gun at Joe.
Wow.
London AP, thousands of heavy, I guess this is a different story.
Wow.
Thousands of heavy metal fans were camping, singing, and even moshing on Saturday at Britain's first full music festival since the start of the coronavirus pandemic.
Wow, wow. Was this the download festival that they have over there?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, because a friend of mine on Facebook, posted a lot of pictures, whatever, she and her boyfriend and their buddies went over there a few times.
Yes.
And if it's to say that slowly but surely we are getting our lives back.
Yes.
Because,
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of concerts coming up, Dr. Brown. I really want to see KK's Priest live. KK,
I would like to.
Did you hear that new song?
No, I haven't yet. Which one is
It's
it?
the title track. Title
Okay.
track. Sermons of the Sinner. They
Okay,
did
I gotta
another
check.
video.
Gotta check that out pretty soon. There, definitely there. This makes me happy because after what the bullshit we had to go through last year, at keeping our distance, keeping ourselves, masks and all that shit there, unable to go places, unable to go to this club or go to that spot there, I'm still hoping to go back to Numbers nightclub on the weekend there. But the problem is I have to borrow my sister's car. I have to call Uber about 20 or 15 minutes ahead of time before I punched out because that's all it usually takes to pick me up from there. And also I got to, since I work till about 11 p.m. on the weekends there on some nights there, I'm going to have to really hightail it from here to there. Because it takes usually about 30 minutes to get to that spot there. I'm also hoping for the concert pub north if they're going to have any shows. I should probably check on that webpage and see if they have any bands playing there soon there. Because the last one I saw was that Motley Crue tribute group, and that was before that's before I lost my job, and that's before the pandemic struck us from behind like it did.
Yeah.
Keith, we got some new Judas Priest news coming up for you,
Mm-hmm.
and then another concert news.
And also, I just since you brought up a reality star, do you know who Dorita de Avanzo's? Do you know who she is? She was the hottest of the mob wives.
Oh, Geneva Alfonso?
Yes. Yeah. Her husband, who was of course a mobster, as you know, was sentenced. This was back in 2020. He was sentenced to more than 5 years in prison after pleading guilty in a Brooklyn court to being a felon in possession of a gun. Now, she was in the gallery as federal Judge Rachel Kovner gave her husband, Lee Davanzio, Did I pronounce that right? I'm not good with certain last names there. A twice convicted bank burglar, 64 months in prison, well more than what prosecutors asked for, citing his long criminal history and the seriousness of his crime. Now, prosecutors had recommended 37 to 45 months. Apparently what it was, he had two guns at the house with his kids, and they were both loaded with hollow point ammunition. At the time, there was other contraband in that house. So basically, her husband there can't keep himself out of hot water there. Now, the judge also referred to the 2009 conviction that this guy Lee for trying to break into a Staten Island bank vault using high-speed drills. Believe it or not. Wow, that's something there. The proceeding was the first in-person hearing in the new downtown Brooklyn courthouse since the coronavirus pandemic shut it down March of last year. Now, Lee's loyal wife, who's 44 years old, was in the gallery. Now, Dorita, who was the star of Mob Wives for 6 seasons, penned in a handwritten letter to the judge describing Lee as an amazing father to their 2 daughters. Yeah, well, you could have been a more amazing father if you kept your nose out of shit like you've been doing. I mean, geez, work a regular job instead of trying to rob banks. Saying he has a family that's fully supporting him and hoping he comes home soon. Well, dude, you should have thought about your kids before you tried to do all this shit, man. Think first, bro. That's what you got a brain for. Jesus Christ. And, of course, it goes on to say, this is from page6.com, by the way. He was charged last year for being a felon in possession after investigators executed a search warrant at his Staten Island home and found 2 Smith & Wesson's firearms loaded with hollow point bullets. And then we all know, if you're a convicted felon, you are not supposed to own any firearms at all, no matter what. It's like, gee, precisely. It's like a lot of the times we hear about these mob wives or husbands getting in trouble with the law here and there and here and there. I was like, geez, you were just on TV not too long ago. I'm sure you had a good contract where you earn lots of money from the network that it was broadcast on. You should at least, let the wife work for a while and rely on that for a while instead of breaking into bank vaults and shit like that, getting yourself in trouble. Jeez, what the fuck?
Keith, did you have the Judas Priest news for us?
Alright, let me look for it.
All right. So I take it they're supposed to be, I guess they're going to be going on tour next year, if I understand there. It's their 50th anniversary tour there.
Nah, this year.
This
They're
year?
not coming to Houston.
Really? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's Judas Priest, like many other bands, have taken advantage of their downtime over the last year to write new music. Mm-hmm. And Rob Hartford describes the material.
Hold on. We'll save this for later. Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Crow's Nest.
What?
It's Jake Barz. How you doing, Jake Barz?
What's going on, Booby? How we doing?
Hey, what's up, Jake?
What's up, Doc Brown? How are you?
I'm doing pretty well. We're just hanging out here, shooting the shit.
So, I mean, since you're here, Jake Barz, you were following everything. Dr. Brown's a little behind with the drama.
Yeah.
I heard. Sounds very intrigued to know, too, though.
Yeah, I was listening to Dave Rose earlier on while I was at the mall there, chowing on some Chick-fil-A, and I heard he was talking about mostly what a bullshitter Tony from Rivera has become.
Yes, very malicious.
He's always been a bullshitter. He just decided to reveal himself now. But yes. Yeah, so what? So YR, I'm the fill-in guy here. You want me to tell Doc Brown what all he's missed and what he hasn't missed?
Yeah. Look, because
All right. Okay.
Obviously, the
Yeah, but you got to
elephant in the
remember.
room-
Yeah. Remember, I'm at work, and we don't have time most of the time, and we don't have time to check YouTube or Skype or anything of what's going on there. Because we're always
And
on
we're
the
not
go.
forcing the drama on Brown. Like Brown wants to hear what's going on, right? I mean,
Yes,
we're not.
absolutely. I want to know what the fuck is going on to this shit here.
My fellow crow.
Wow,
Please
I
respond.
can't fucking believe this. YR, this is what you want from me? No. So I don't know, dude. This edible that I ate just fucking kicked in. This was really a horrible time for me to call in. I honestly shouldn't have called.
But no, just stick on point. Just pretend you're Tony or something on the edible. You know? Come on.
You want me to pretend I'm Tony? All right, let me sit in my chair all crooked and break out my piano.
Don't forget your voice changer.
The voice changer.
I'm too poor for a voice changer, dude. I can't afford one of those.
It is our time to say goodbye. Do.
Maybe I'll let a stranger kick me in the nuts and sound like Tony without the voice changer.
I know you. See, I know you complained about that a couple times.
Yeah, it was annoying as fuck. But anyway, so I don't know. Joe went live Friday night, and I guess he was allowing people to, call in. He was able to monetize this pre-show.
Yeah, Joe. I think it was Saturday night. He does it on Saturday nights now.
Oh yeah, Saturday. Yeah, that's right. That's what it was.
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, C-Man called in, had a nice little conversation with Joe there, and then Travis called in and riled up Joe a little bit. Joe was getting kind of pissed. Oh
wow.
How he does. And then Tony calls in, and this is after quitting YR's show and telling him he's going back to Joe.
Oh,
and then the following day coming back to YR's show and saying, no, I'm not going back to Joe. And then the same night calling Joe. So he flip-flopped at least 3 times within a matter of 24 hours, which is great. Yeah,
wow,
but he said that he was, if he ever got a chance to talk to Cronin, he was going to interview him and ask him the hard-hitting questions and press him and get all this shit off his chest. But instead, he kind of just coddled Joe's testicle sack while everyone on Monetize This told him to get the fuck off the call, basically.
Oh, my gosh. Are you serious?
I'm dead fucking serious,
Oh, my
Brown.
gosh.
It's to the point
Dude,
now
I got
where
to
it's
listen
kinda
to
old.
this whole shit, man. I got to listen to this, man.
Yeah, well, it's been reviewed all over the place, so I've heard it about 3 fucking times now.
I know. Dave Rose did a review of it.
It's all because it's out, bro. Like, come on, Like,
well, listen, Danny MT called in at the end, and he threatened to kill everybody, and I hope that's exactly what he does. No, I'm just kidding. He didn't threaten to kill anybody. I don't want anybody to get hurt.
Don't you think it's fucked up? Because it's like it puts, like, especially me in the position where I can't have nothing to do with Tony anymore because he's associated with Danny. They had some.
Yeah, Danny's going to kill you before he goes anywhere. So I mean, we all know he's going to beat the shit out of you soon. So if I were you, I would,
carry a weapon on you, dude.
Pocket if you go out in public.
Carry either blaster, lightsaber, or Smith & Wesson.
Just carry a pocket full of like loose bath salts, and then if he gets close to you, just kind of throw him in his face and run away.
Yeah.
The motherfucker wants to come kill my wife and kids and family, dude. Really? Sickening.
Look, but listen, YR, I haven't really talked to you, but I guess after I left the call last night, about 2.5 minutes later, Tony decided to pop up and join the call. So I got to listen to that. That was real great.
What do you think about? Listen, I had to be
both sound like a couple bitches, to be honest with you, but I don't see why he didn't join the call when I was there. I mean, I literally got off in like less than 5 minutes. He was there, so all camera ready, fucking weed lit. He was waiting for me to leave the call. Is what happened, bro. He's avoiding talking to other people, so he doesn't get called out. But even if he were to try to talk to me, he would just talk over me when I start making good points, like he did last time we had an altercation. But like I said to you earlier off air, bro, like certain people don't like Tony for certain reasons. My whole thing is that I would like to think that me and you are more than acquaintances at this point, and I'm just looking out for your best interest, and I don't think that there should be any, snakes in the grass, and that's what I've always thought he was, and I still think that's what he is. If you like him on your show or whatever, and it works for you, great, but I mean, I wouldn't, trust the guy, with your mailing address or anything. You know. But if you want to, review Joe Cronin's life for the rest of your life, and then when it's time to die, you think, man, fuck Joe Cronin, and then you take your last breath and die, then more power to you. But
obviously, that's not going to happen because Luke is on the call now.
Who?
Well, us. Like, Tony's not here, I mean. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
So, be no more of that. Now, it'll be interesting to see if any other shows pick up Tony, which would be a total slap in the face to me, but...
no one's going to do that, bro. That's like what I told you yesterday. If you had Tony back on your show all the time, people would stop watching you. People in your chat would be trolling hardcore. You would just be getting negative feedback the whole time at this point.
Right.
I mean, it's like I heard the shit, and I heard him trying to play victim, and he was kind of talking a little softer and a little slower than normal and trying to garner sympathy and feel bad for me. Dude, fuck that shit, dude. He talked so much shit about Cronin over the past few months, then for him to go over there and just be cool. Like, what the fuck, dude? Cronin's guys didn't want him because they know he was bullshitting. So it's like, you can't, you're literally not fooling either side. You're not fooling this side or that side. But I don't give a fuck about the guy. So, like, I'm just going to do what I always do. And if he's on your shit, probably not listen because you're probably talking about Joe. So.
See, that's the thing. See, there's probably a lot of people that are like Jake Barz, where if he hops on turns it on, if it's Joe stuff, then he automatically just shuts it off, which I don't want. I want all the crowd interaction, coming on the shows, whatever, as much as we can do here. And but I want to kind of sweep away that toxic S culture, and the most anger we should have on each other is some sort of debate, yelling over each other. There should be no, acting like Danny, in other words, is what I'm trying to say.
No screaming and holler. We got this issue to settle. Do it calm, cool, and collectively in a target manner.
I'm saying the screaming and hollering is fine, Brown, but to go into each other's places and attacking. And,
make threats, to take one's life here and there. That's true.
The most should be yelling over.
Let me chime in real quick. Let me say one more thing before you move on or whatever. One more thing about the whole reviewing Cronin thing. And this has been my thought the whole time you guys have done it, okay? First of all, I would say probably at least 75%, if not more, of your audience does not watch Joe Cronin anymore, okay? And 100% of that audience probably doesn't watch Joe Cronin anymore because it's just not our cup of tea anymore. We don't get the same laughs. It's not the same, okay? So when you guys are reviewing Joe, how many of those people that don't watch Joe anymore want to hear that? Okay, and then for the people that do watch Joe, they've already heard that video, so they don't want to hear you review it. So that's two reasons from two opposing points of view why no one would want to hear that. I mean, if he does something and, Nikki Nines has to tear him an asshole, opinions on something, that's one thing. But to just go ahead and review to go live and listen to a raw review and pause it after every fucking sentence and say something about it, how is that fun for literally any person involved watching or doing it? Like, how is that? I don't get it. But
I got to like Tony reviewing Cronin. I saw it as like the people.
What up, Arknolia?
Don't watch
yes. What's up, Arnolia, brother? We're working on the Crow's Nest meeting. How you
That's
doing?
right. Mm-hmm.
Ready for your list. It's been a while.
Wait. I was talking to Jake Barz.
Shut the fuck up, Lauer. When he's talking, motherfucker.
I saw it as like people who don't watch WWE anymore, but they watch Joe Cronin's Monday Night Raw review.
Because that's often considered more entertaining than WWE its own self.
Yeah, so I saw like Tony doing the Joe clips as like people who don't watch Joe anymore, but they're laughing at Tony's Joe clips. Like Joe reviewing Monday Night Raw. It sucked, but the review's better.
Or Arknolia,
what are you even saying?
I don't know. Arknolia was brought up by Cronin this past weekend as well, which is interesting. Strokelbean. And
really?
Yes. Yeah. Apparently he's like, I should have done 12 shows with him. We only did 3 shows together. Did you do any shows with Cronin?
Actually, we only did 2.
Oh.
And I was supposed to get 1 a month. And I went something like 20 months without getting them, and I just dropped being a producer.
You may also remember, excuse me.
Well, it's cooler and better when you do it on your own. You know what I mean?
You may also remember I DM'd Joe after I lost my previous job, possibly doing some shows for his Patreon and getting paid this and that. He said we could probably probably do a couple of shows there, pay me this, pay me that. But sadly, I asked what day and time did you want to do all these shows there, and I never got a reply. So I know later on you can say, well, we were supposed to do some shows together with me, Dr. Burrow, but he never responded, blah, blah, blah there. But wait a minute. I'm like, wait a minute. You never replied what day and time you wanted to do these shows. My bad.
Yeah, and actually that's kind of what happened with us. We were going to do them, and when the time came, I couldn't get hold of him.
I know. And the last person that did
yesterday, Dave Rose had that same exact issue with I don't know if it was Final Frontier or whatever, but Dave Rose said he even had the same issue. They were going to do something, and Joe's like, "All right, well, we'll do it in an hour." Yeah. Dave Rose is like, "Cool," and then when an hour comes and Dave Rose is trying to get a hold of him,
Tony, you better get out of my fucking chat, motherfucker.
What the heck?
Well, I will say the 2 we did actually turned out pretty well. It was a chance for me to kind of reminisce about. Well, a lot of the wrestling I watched was in the late 60s, early 70s on up.
Yeah.
And I was able to delve into some of the history of that. And I'm in the area where the Von Erichs were, so I was able to get into that a little bit too.
Nice. You should probably brought up that one wrestling program in Cleveland where a riot broke out between with the crowd, where it was Ox Baker and Ernie Ladd involving this maneuver called the Heart Punch, I understand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was Baker's, wasn't it?
I think it was Ox Baker, yes.
I'm impressed by that.
Yeah, I mean, around here, the Iron Claw was the big thing because, heck, I watched Fritz Von Erich wrestle.
Ah.
Not just the boys.
Yeah.
I mean, I
the
was around
there,
when
yeah.
Fritz was in it.
Yeah.
And I was able to talk a lot about some of the old wrestling and the Sportatorium and all that stuff. Never went there, but I would have loved to.
When wrestling was wrestling, back in the 80s when it was all the studio taped, when wrestlers used regular names, like almost their real names like Harley Race and stuff like that. Well, exception of Ole and Arn Anderson. We now know that those are not their real names.
Yeah, the Four Horsemen were big in Mid-South. And
fuck yeah. The Horsemen. The original NWO, that's what I used to call them.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot that can be talked about. And like I said, I had a wealth of back knowledge on that stuff because I watched all the time. And we talked a little bit about some of the live baseball games I went to, because one of the things I told him is I was lucky enough to be in the stadium when Nolan Ryan pitched his 7th no-hitter.
Yeah.
And I was lucky enough to be in the stadium when Kenny Rogers pitched his perfect game.
Ah, nice.
So I got to be in the stadium on both of those. Which kind of, I guess, tells you where I'm sort of from.
Yep.
Doxed. No, I'm just kidding. But look, I just got home, YR. I'm going to get off here and let you guys do your meet show and everything. So, I guess we're taking calls again later. Or I might call later, but till then, appreciate you having me as always.
Yeah, Tony keeps calling in. I'm not answering. I'm, refusing his call. So
why is he calling in?
Big Islanders game later.
Ah, I might
I'll talk to you later. I'll be listening. You guys have a good show.
All right, you too, Habon. Jake Barz, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so what's up, Arknolia? You got your list ready for this evening here?
Yeah, I figured what I'd do is finish off my list of everything except prog.
All right.
I want to do that separately.
All
and then delve into some of the artists that didn't have enough songs for a list, but still were relevant. So this ought to be an interesting bunch of stuff.
All right, there.
Are we also doing the list of our favorite bands of all time?
Well, we could do that.
We could do
Yeah,
that.
because
Yeah,
I put that
definitely.
in. I put that in for last week, and that can go for 60s, 70s, 80s, obviously 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and the 2000s or 90s and the 2000s. So it's a little bit more open. And so any like your top favorite bands or like obviously rock, it's rock artists, rock bands of all those generations, 5 of them. So throughout the show, if we want to start thinking now, I know Keith already has his list, correct?
Correct.
So
Yeah, I got to kind of think about that because
I know.
my tastes are all over the place.
I mean, you got to think. I mean, this is how I thought of it. So like, you can maybe go pick your favorite out of the 60s, pick your favorite out of the 70s. If you don't like the 90s, do 2000, something like that, or mix them up. Or like maybe the first songs or first groups you were introduced to make you a rock fan is also how I made my list as well.
Well, basically for me, I will say that the first band that I got into pretty heavy in the 60s was the Beatles.
Yes, that
Same
was
here.
on my list.
Same
Yeah.
here. Same here. It's for me. It
I
started
was
with the
there when they were
cartoon.
new. I mean, I got to see them from the very beginning.
Oh, I got into them from the cartoon. They're playing being on syndicated TV on the weekday afternoons. There, I was like, I
Yes.
like the music. I like the style. I like the guitars. And then my mom later got me all this these Beatle magazines that she found. I guess one was was a replica of the 1960s magazine, and also an anthology magazine with all the spotlighting all the individual members and their whole life stories, their discography, and all that good stuff there.
And
And
if you, everything leads back to the Beatles, right?
I
The
know a
Beatles
lot
was on
about
my list as well.
For
Yeah,
the most part, that's true.
absolutely.
No matter what some of the artists nowadays say, they were influenced by the Beatles. Sorry.
Yeah, because and it's fit to say as well, and I mentioned this a couple of times before, that a lot of guitar sales went up when the Beatles debuted on Ed Sullivan's show back in '64.
Yes.
That's what got me to wanting to play.
Yep.
I mean, what about Korn, System of a Down, stuff like that? Like
Keith, this has nothing to do with those bands.
No, but you think they were influenced by the Beatles?
Right.
Maybe so.
They may
Maybe
say
so.
they weren't, but they were.
Maybe
Yeah.
they may. Well, we'll ought to have to interview them next time there.
Yeah.
But it's to say that even the boy bands, all the soft rock singers, all the mainstream rock bands, heavy rock bands, you name it, they all took bits from the Beatles there, no matter what.
Keith,
Okay.
Keith, I'm gonna send you a picture of the Yellow Submarine album.
Which
And
one? The album, the original, or the current one that's out there?
well, I guess the original here because
All right.
what is in it is John Lennon holding up.
Oh yeah,
The
that double
the
horn
double
sign.
horn.
That was the original album cover there. One with the some of the songs and some of the original scores.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I wish you would do the same with the Help soundtrack, for crying out loud, man.
Yeah. And some other 60s artists that I followed and was greatly influenced by were the Beach Boys,
Yes.
the Rolling Stones,
Oh yeah, definitely.
the
Keith
Dave
Moon.
Clark Five,
The Who.
the Who.
Yeah, absolutely.
Where's Keith Moon off of?
He was from The Who.
Yeah.
He was from The Who, man. Probably one of the first punk bands out there when you think about it.
Yeah, they heavily influenced punk bands.
Yeah.
Hey, Keith, are you related to Keith Moon?
No.
Oh, jeez. If they had the last name, maybe so.
Yeah.
But Keith Moon was British.
Yeah. Well, if we're going to finish off the list, I might as well hurry up and get started with one.
Okay.
I'm going to pick up on a guy that I should have done when we were doing solo artists.
Yes.
Boz Scaggs.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Nah, man. We don't really hear from him too much, has of late. Does he still tour
No.
at least? No, really? Oh.
Oh, I don't think he does. I don't know.
I don't know, because the last time we heard from him was, I guess it was a song called Miss Sun. I think it was back in 81, 82, I think it was.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
I think he originally started with Steve Miller. I know they're
I
from
remember
the same
hearing,
area.
yes. Yeah, I remember hearing about that as well. I guess he was on a couple of the earlier records with them, and then he went off on his own.
Yeah, and they're both from Texas. I don't know what part of Texas.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Actually, I think it's the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but I could be wrong.
Well, wow. I got to look that up. That's for shizzle, man.
Didn't he play with Didn't he play with like a certain famous group or something like that?
Who, Boss Skaggs?
Yes.
Yeah, Steve Miller.
What position?
Guitar.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he was the second guitar player. The other one being Steve himself.
Ah.
Yeah. My number 10 by him is a song called I Got Your Number. One of his early songs.
Ooh, that's a Scott McKinnon favorite. I Got Your Number.
Oh, man. Number 9, I got It's Over, which was off the big album.
It's another
6 Degrees.
It's over, man. It's another alien favorite.
Oh, yeah. And by the way, he's from Canton, Ohio, by the way, there.
Oh, I thought they were both from Texas.
Let me look up Steve Miller, where he's from.
Steve Miller is.
Oh, okay, there.
Sure, I believe.
Maybe that's why I thought Boss Skaggs was. Number 8, it's got It's Still Falling for You. Number 7 I got is What Can I Say, which is off that same 6 Degrees album.
What year is this from, by the way?
Late 70s, early 70s, somewhere in that range. Number 6, I got You Make It So Hard. Okay.
What? Huh?
That's the name of the song. It's You Make It So Hard, and then in parentheses, to say no.
And it says here Steve Miller's from San Francisco, California.
Wow. Okay, wrong on both counts.
Where did Texas come from? Because I have heard that. Maybe he lived here or something.
I think he lived here, but I don't
I've
know.
heard that. I've heard that before for sure. Steve Miller. Steve Miller band.
Number 5 is Lido Shuffle.
Great song there.
Bored in one place, and then they move to another place when they're like
exactly.
10. And then that's they say their home state is where they lived in since they were 10.
Number 4 I got Jump Street, which is on that same album.
Silk Degrees.
Yeah.
That's one of his big records there. When you think about it.
That's easily his big one. And number 3 is a song called We're Waiting, which is off the follow-up album I don't remember the name of. Number 2, Low Down, which is off Silk Degrees.
Good song there. Great song. I mean, that also got a lot of played on the old jazz station back in southeast Michigan during the early 2000s. Miss that station.
And my number 1 is a song that he did, but the cover is the one that became the big hit, was a song called We're All Alone. And I don't remember who did the cover.
I'm surprised Well Look What You Done to Me was not on your list there.
I will miss a few.
yeah, but that's probably one of his most quintessential love ballads right there. That was from the Urban Cowboy soundtrack from 1980 there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Definitely look it up. Great song.
What song was that?
It's called Look What You've Done to Me. It's from 1980, the Urban Cowboy soundtrack.
Well, there's many other songs in the soundtrack as well.
Well, I'm not into country music. That's the only one I
remember
really
that?
care.
You seen the movie?
Well,
though,
wasn't
right?
there a waltz
No, I
song
didn't.
in that?
Yeah, All Night Long. I remember that was
Yeah,
played
that's
on
what I
rock
thought.
radio a lot of times.
But yeah, a lot of the other songs were kind of country.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a country-themed movie, either way there.
Well, that bar was burned down, but it was in It's in Texas. Obviously, it's in the Houston area. I forget which city.
Oh wow.
Let me look. You didn't know that, Brown?
No, I figured it was in some sort of southern part of some state there, whether it was in Texas
Yeah,
or
that was filmed.
Tennessee.
That was filmed in Houston.
Yeah.
That was filmed in Houston. The
whole
the
movie?
yeah, like when you see the oil refineries and shit. Like
Ah.
that's all. Yeah.
Oh wow.
I'm looking it up right now. Let's see.
Nice.
Pasadena. You know where Pasadena is?
Pasadena, Texas. Yeah, I've never been there, but I've heard of it a few times there.
Yeah, it's same with me. I've never been there, but I've heard of it.
I still want to check out the Nassau space station sometime.
The Nassau Coliseum?
No, no, Nassau space station. That's near Houston. Hence the term, Houston, we have a problem.
Oh, I've been to Space Center Houston, but like
Yeah.
that's more of like a kids type thing. You know
Oh,
what I'm saying?
wow.
When I went to school.
All right. So, go ahead.
I don't remember who it was that did "We're All Alone." I want to say it was somebody like Laura Branigan, but I could be wrong.
Oh, wow.
But somebody else had a big hit with that song.
Let me look that up. We're All Alone by Boz Scaggs.
And if you heard the song, you'd know it. But Boz Scaggs does a great well, he wrote the thing.
Rita Coolidge?
Rita Coolidge, that's exactly who
I
did it.
found it. Yeah, that's her.
She had a fairly large hit with it.
Wow. She also had a large hit with the her cover of what was it? It was a soul cover. I thought. What was it? A Jackie Wilson song there?
I think so. And is she the one that did "I'm Not Lisa"? Or was there somebody else?
Ah, maybe. Either way, there, blah blah blah. You know.
Yeah, we get to that later, I suppose.
Yeah,
My next list is a band that I know is from Texas. The Little Band from Texas.
ZZ Top.
Yes, I've seen them live too.
We covered that group on one of on our previous show, YR, if you remember there. Great bands great band state of Texas.
I saw them live a couple years ago, like third row.
Wow,
right
nice.
The thing that I always thought was ironic about that group was their drummer's name was Beard, and he was the only one without one.
I know a lot of people mentioned that, yes, many times in the past.
Yeah, that to me was just really ironic. Well, let's see. We got
and they still and Billy and Dusty still have those beards.
Yeah. But it's a great band. I only picked 10, but I could have easily done about top 25 or 30 from them. But I did what I could, and I definitely have missed some. Okay, number 10 I got is "Gimme All Your Lovin'."
Oh, yeah.
And number 9 I got "I'm Bad, I'm Nationwide."
Oh, yeah, I remember that song. De Gueno, I had that album.
Yeah. Number 8, "Cheap Sunglasses."
Another good one for that album.
Cheap sunglasses.
My number 7 song is going to be a little unusual, but I really like it. "Asleep in the Desert." It's an instrumental, and it's very mellow, but it's very well done. My number 6 is "Heard It on the X."
Oh, yeah. It was one of their earlier albums.
It was on Fandango, I believe.
Yeah. Nice.
Number 5 is "Blue Jean Blues," also on Fandango.
And that's been early in the 70s when he dressed in the more traditional Texas clothing there before they decided to grow the beards and wear regular clothing there.
Yeah. Number 4 is "LaGrange." Great song.
Yeah, and I guess, well, I understand that song was the inspiration for the musical and the movie, The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, because that's
Number
what it's
3.
about.
Number 3 is "Just Got Paid."
Just got paid today. Got me a pocket full of change.
And my number 1 and number 2 is kind of a combo song in a way, but it's not really a combo song. Waiting for the bus and Jesus Just Left Chicago.
I heard it. Oh, yeah. You know what? I wish the other day would bring back the CZ Top 6-pack. Now, around 1990, their first 6 albums that were, I guess, were released on London Records before they signed with Warner Brothers. I don't know whoever did it, but those records got remixed to get a more updated sound. And the way they did it was just top-notch, high-quality excellence right there, man.
Yeah, usually I don't like remixes, but they did a pretty good job on those albums.
Yeah, and by the way, I was looking up the title of that album, De Gueno, from 1980. It's a term, it's when someone is said to have done a De Gueno, it means no quarter in Spanish, as in no surrender is to be given or accepted. A fight to the death. It was also the title of a Moorish origin bugle call used by the Mexican army in the Battle of the Alamo in 1836.
Wow. Yeah. Now, I can say I can still name a lot of songs that I didn't put in the list, but everybody knows them.
Mm-hmm.
You got Sleeping Bag, Rough Boy.
Oh, yeah. Good song there, Rough Boy.
Oh, these
their version of I Thank You.
These are the honorable mentions?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There's going to be just as many honorable mentions. She Loves My Automobile.
Oh, yeah.
Fool for Your Stockings.
Mm-hmm.
And another song is kind of unusual for them, but I kind of like it. Manic Mechanic.
Oh, yeah, from De Gueno as well. Remember, I had that album. I was playing that record a lot.
Yeah.
Did you?
I mean, I like it. It's strange voice and strange, but it's a great song.
Arknolia, did you ever hear of the TV Dinners song?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I remember that one. Yeah. The album Eliminator, that was fucking all over MTV and the radio.
Yeah.
Then you got Tube Snake Boogie. I wonder what that's about.
I don't know. One of those little jams that they come up with.
She got a pearl necklace.
What about that was going to be the next one I was going to mention. Gee, I wonder what that one's about.
What about sleep? I mentioned. Oh yeah, you already mentioned Sleeping Bag. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And what about there was this one song called. Oh yeah. What about Woke Up with Wood?
Pressure.
What about Woke Up?
Man.
Oh yeah. I was going to mention one. Woke Up with Wood. From 1985.
Yeah, that kind of along with Tube Snake Boogie and Pearl Necklace.
Oh yeah, there.
And we all do know what a pearl necklace is, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just wanted to be sure on that one. Because I'd hate to insinuate and people not know what I'm insinuating.
All right.
Okay, then we got Tush.
Oh yeah.
Legs.
Mm-hmm.
And she sure knows how to use them.
Yep, and which later was remade and later used for Stacy Keibler when she was with the WWE there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and Sharp Dressed Man,
Kid
don't
Rock.
you use on Duck Dynasty?
Yeah.
Kid Rock did the version of Legs, right? For
He did?
WWE, Brown?
No, somebody, I don't know who it was. Maybe it been him or maybe it been somebody else. I'm not too sure, but it was done. But it was remade.
Then we got my Heads in Mississippi. My Heads in Mississippi.
Yep.
But I think Ken did this. Bit already. He's got a shell necklace. He's got a shell necklace.
Then you got It's Only Love.
Mm-hmm.
Arrested for Driving While Blind.
Oh, wow.
Avalon Highway. El Diablo.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just put it this way. They did a lot of great songs.
Absolutely. And for a trio.
Yep.
And Billy Gibbons, he wasn't a shredder, but he had played a damn good traditional rock guitar there.
Yeah.
The only one that was able to come close to that without being a shredder was Pink Floyd's David Gilmour.
Which he would be I would list him easily in my top 5, possibly near the very top.
Yeah.
I mean, I can name
And
you
by
some
the way,
solos.
Legs, don't even mean to cut you off, it became the highest charting single in 1984. And the dance mix version peaked at number 13 on the dance charts.
Now he just came out. Billy Gibbons just came out with a solo album.
Mm-hmm. Oh wow!
If you want to look into that, yeah, just because I heard an interview with him on the Eddie Trunk radio show the other day. But I mean, he's still doing ZZ Top, but they're just waiting. I mean, for fucking, they're ready though. They're ready to tour. I mean, they're just waiting for shows. So.
Oh wow! And also, and you're right, Kid Rock did cover the song for the WWE or WWF Forcible Entry release there. As I mentioned, it was the theme song for Stacy Keibler.
For Legs.
Which actually was a pretty good description in case Stacy Keibler.
Absolutely, because that's what she certainly had. Trace Atkins did his version for the tribute album Sharp Dressed Men, a tribute to ZZ Top. And there was another tribute to them from featuring Nickelback. They did their version of the 2011 tribute album called ZZ Top, a tribute from Friends.
Wow.
It was also, the video for that song was parodied in Saint Elsewhere, where the Eliminator Girls from the video appeared through. The band was played by members of the show's cast. In the scene, hospital orderly Luther falls asleep on the radio as playing the song Legs as he dreams the Eliminator Girls come to his aid, helping him to seek revenge on security staff who have oppressed him.
What? Who are you talking about, Brown?
I'm talking about a parody in the by the show Saint Elsewhere.
What?
Yeah, that's what the
I didn't really watch Saint Elsewhere, but I'm gonna have to look that episode up.
In fact, there was an episode of Tonight's Show with Jimmy Fallon where a parody of that song was part of the show's recruiting First Drafts of Rock segment. In fact, Jimmy Fallon portrayed Dusty Hill with Chris Stapleton, the country singer, and Kevin Bacon as Billy Gibbons and Frank Beard. And the song was referred to body parts other than legs, with the sample lyrics of "She's got hands and she knows how to wave them. She got eyebrows, she knows how to raise them."
Really?
That's right. That's what it says here. During the song's last verse, the Beard starts naming objects that are not body parts, only to be corrected by the other band members. He finally settles on "She's got a neck," at which the band decides that this song is called Neck.
Weird.
Yep.
Anyway, shall we say that ZZ Top's a great band and from Texas?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, my next band. Some people put them in a megastar status. I kind of call them, they're a good band, and I like their stuff, but I sure don't rank them in my top 5 or top 10 for that matter. But I do like their stuff. I think basically, when we get into the band, I think a lot of their hype is from one song, but it's Queen.
Oh my goodness.
I like the group, but I don't think they're the greatest band ever or anything of that nature.
I'm not really a big Queen guy either, TBH. I don't like all that opera. I mean, look, I like Priest and fucking Halford, but I don't like all that opera stuff. Really.
Well, let me say this.
Song that
everybody always goes for. They're always going for either Bohemian Rhapsody, We Are the Champions, We Will Rock You, but they're missing out on other songs like Bicycle Race, Fat Bottom Girls. They're forgetting about Made in Heaven. They're forgetting about Tie Your Mother Down. You're forgetting about the other songs like Liar or Death on Two Legs or The Prophet's Song. You know, The Prophet's Song, in fact, when you think about it, you know all these symphonic metal bands are out there like Nightwish, Magica, or Within Temptation. It fits to say that Queen was one of the first, symphonic metal band out there without being a totally heavy metal.
Wasn't
Because
Freddie Mercury the first to get AIDS in like the music industry?
I think so. Yeah, he was. He became rock and roll's first AIDS casualty, and
Right.
as we all know, he died in November of '91. The same time, Eric Carr from Kiss died from cancer.
Yeah. And of course there was Killer Queen, which
Oh
was
yeah,
a nice little song.
absolutely there.
Body Language.
Which was not
Oh.
that good. Which was not that good of a song. That album, the first side of that album, Hot Space. I guess the record company wanted them to do another one that bites the dust.
Yeah.
That's how record
And
labels are
they had Under Pressure.
with David
And
Bowie.
they did, yeah. Let's see what else. Flash.
Flash
Actually, pretty
from
decent.
Flash Gordon, the movie. They were recording that soundtrack at the same time they were recording the game. Because hence both those albums featured the first appearance of a synthesizer, which in their past albums up to then did not allowed on their records.
Yeah. But I thought we'd mention them.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, a lot of people hold them in incredibly high esteem. And I think they're a decent band, but let's not get carried away with it.
Well, I think the reason they hold a high esteem nowadays is because, when you think about it, Bohemian Rhapsody, with all its credit, had all these, different tempos. It had this opera
Well,
thing there, and it was written by one guy, whereas one Beyonce song is written by 6 dudes, and it has the same lyrics over and over and over and over.
wait, Brown. So I think it's because the LGBT movement is popular, and they embrace
Yeah.
the homosexual music like Queen and Freddie Mercury. So
Yeah.
I mean, he's more acceptable now, obviously. And I think that
Like I said, I have no argument with it.
Brian
and
May's
I-
not that bad at guitar either.
No, he
Oh,
is
he's
good.
actually
Yeah,
pretty decent.
absolutely. Yeah.
The only thing that I have about that is he's credited with that whiny sound,
Yeah.
inventing it. Heck, I know at least one group and one artist that did it before he started,
Oh.
and that was Spirit, Randy, California. If you listen to some of their early songs, it uses that same whiny guitar.
Wow. Interesting. And by the way, Brian, how I guess that guitar he always plays, it was self-built.
Right. Yeah, if you want to hear the Brian May whiny guitar before he was even around, there's a song by Spirit called "Aren't You Glad?"
Yep.
That when you hear that, it sounds just exactly like Brian May's guitar.
Ah, nice. So then we know where he got his guitar playing style from, if it's to say there.
Yeah. Okay, next artist, and I'm calling him an artist because actually he was an artist and a group member. He's Todd Rundgren.
Oh, yeah.
Who?
There's Todd Rundgren, Todd Rundgren's Utopia, Todd Rundgren. There was a
The
couple others.
producer,
Yeah, but
producing Meatloaf, XTC, and a couple others as well. Did an album called Acapella, which was simply that, all with his voice.
but he did some pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
He did. He's a combination of a lot of things, but you can see a lot of prog in some of his work, but he's not a prog artist.
No.
Yeah. Hold on. Oh, sorry.
Okay, my number 10 by him is One of a Nail.
Mm.
My number 9 is We've Got to Get You a Woman. My number 8 is Can We Still Be Friends?
I think I remember hearing that one time when on in the old EVH on one classic there station there.
Yeah. My number 7 is I Saw the Light. I See the Light.
Yeah. Which was played a lot on the soft rock stations there, along with Hello, It's Me.
Yeah. To be honest, though, I like the Nas version better. But
All right.
My number 6 is Real Man. My number 5 is The Verb to Love. My number 4 is Love Is the Answer.
Which, by the way, you've ever heard the England Dan and John Ford Coley
They
version?
had the hit with it, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Still phenomenal work.
Number 3, it is Todd Rundgren's song, Hello, It's Me, but he was in Nas. The Nas version is much more mellow and heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, it's mellow and heavy. I prefer that version, but that's my own personal choice.
Oh, yeah. Because usually they played Todd's version on the soft rock station there just as well. And that's the one that where it says, what does it say at the end there? Somebody in the studio said, look at Todd, blah, 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 I guess it was.
Yeah, and it's a little more bouncy. You know, and to me, it doesn't fit the meat of the song.
Uh-huh.
But like I said, that's my personal opinion. My number 2 is a song called Jealousy, which, boy, that song, wow, if you've ever heard it.
Wow.
I may have to send it to you, Dr.
Dr. Earl, yeah. Dr. Earl.
Well, okay, I thought you were Dr. John. Not really. We all know who Dr. John is, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
No.
Well, you're going to learn, Keith.
We'll get to him.
Okay.
But I guess I need to send you an email with that song in it. Are you listening to the ones I am sending?
Yes, I did. Absolutely. I listened to them while I'm at lunch at my job there. Pretty good stuff there, definitely.
My number 1 is a song called Overture, Communion with the Sun, Raw. And it's about a 7 to 10 minute song that it shows Todd at his best, I think. And I think you would like it a lot.
All right.
All of you would. Let's see. What have I got now? We already did Toto, right?
I think we did, yes.
And Tom Petty. I know we did Tom Petty.
Yeah, so we did. I think the last episode we did there.
Did we do Wishbone Ash?
I don't think we did.
I don't think we did yet. No.
Okay, Wishbone Ash is a very interesting English group. They're one of the very first ones that did 2 lead guitars. And they got a lot of dueling guitars in their songs. And they
Guitar
released
harmonics?
a lot of albums. Yeah.
Oh,
they
wow.
released a lot of songs. I think I sent you one. But they released a lot of albums. Like I said, they're basically an English group.
All right, there. Credit to the British for coming up with those harmonizing guitar licks out there. Hence, Thin Lizzy. Well, Thin Lizzy is an Irish group, but Iron Maiden and Judas Priest will later soon follow.
Yeah. My number 10 by them is a song called Jailbait. Number 9 is Rock and Roll Widow.
Wow. Interesting.
Number 8 is Phoenix. Number 7 is This Was. Number 6 is Blind Eye. Number 5 is Throw Down the Sword. Number 4 is Warrior.
All right.
Number 3 is Rest in Peace. My number 2 is The King Will Come. And my number 1 really demonstrates their harmonies and the dual guitar bit, Blowing Free.
Yo.
It's one of those songs when you hear it, you'll go, hey, where's this song been all my life?
Yo, keep in mind that, again, we need Dr. Brown, I need you thanking, and then Arknolia, while you're with you, while you are listening to your list, please think about remember your top 5 favorite rock bands, because there's already lists being put in the chat here. You know.
Okay, we did the 60s. How about the 70s?
All right.
Go ahead.
Well, I was opening it up for you guys so I could think about it.
For the top 5?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Keith, give us
Yeah.
your top 5 because he already has one written out.
Number 5, Nirvana.
Here we go.
Number 4, Seether.
Wow.
Number 3, Stone Temple Pilots.
Wait, hold on now. Hold on. Wait.
Those are more in the 80s and 90s, aren't they?
Who's the
Yeah,
lead,
90s there. Yeah.
Who's the lead singer for STP?
Oh, I forgot.
Isn't that Billy
Oh,
Corgan?
gosh.
I'm
No,
gonna
it's
look-
Scott Whalen.
Scott Whalen did meet Mars Mira one time. Mars Mira, I think, got an autograph with him.
Oh, wow. That's a collector's
I just-
item now.
Yes. I think Mars is a big Scott Whalen guy, too.
Oh,
I
wow.
believe.
I bet he was bumming when the Whalen passed, that's for sure.
And then Seether, Keith, you've seen Seether in concert, correct?
I have in, I think, 2017.
No, what made you go to that concert? Like, why are they drawn to you?
They were my favorite rock band because I like the way they sound. But they're not my favorite rock band anymore. But they're my fourth favorite rock band.
All right, keep on with the list.
Number 2, Chevelle.
Mm.
Number 1, Breaking Benjamin.
Yeah, JB's favorite band. What?
Yep.
Now, have you ever seen them in concert?
No, I've only been to one rock concert, and that's Seether.
Well,
Only
obviously,
one?
One of your honorable mentions is obviously Judas Priest. I mean,
Yes. No, not really. I don't like Judas Priest at all.
What?
I like their
you got the shirt, you asshole. You can go put it on
Yeah,
right now,
yeah,
please?
you don't wear a shirt
throw
of
on
a
the JP shirt real quick. Throw on the Judas Priest shirt real quick, Keith.
All right.
Yeah, you don't wear a Judas Priest
And then
shirt without listening to the music. That
And
makes
then we
you a
could do-
poser.
Now he knows, Keith knows what's up. You know what I'm saying? And then the Islander shirt he can wear for the game, Keith.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to, my rule is this. Don't wear the shirt if you don't listen to the music of the band.
I mean, I did buy it for him. Look at that.
Yeah.
Okay, some of the bands that are among my favorites, I don't have them ranked. Well, I got to put Pink Floyd.
You don't have to put it on.
That's-
Cool.
Okay.
That band is probably
Hang it up off your bed. Show it in the background.
that's probably my all-time favorite band, but I'm not going to say that they're number one. But man, it's hard not to. I mean, they're also from the 60s, but I like more of their 70s and 80s stuff.
Yeah.
But I do like the 60s stuff.
Keith, take a shit in my mouth, please. Hard stool.
Oh, my gosh.
Come on.
Oh, my
I don't
God.
take a shit right now.
Then another one of my top bands would be Yes.
Yeah. Keith, show the shirt. Show your shirt.
Okay.
He has a Yes shirt.
Yeah, we
Look at
can't
that.
see it, man.
Holy shit. Keith, do you like the Islanders?
Yes.
Keith, do you like the hat on your head?
Yes.
Keith,
You do, Rag?
Keith, do you like YR's program?
Yes.
Keith, do you like the drama?
Yes.
Yes. Well, the band, yes. Dr. Brown, was it Yes or Triumph was the first concert you went to, Dr. Brown?
It was Triumph back in
All right.
1983 at the Joe Louis Arena.
And Yes is prog rock, correct, guys?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I've seen Yes, I think 4 times, something like that.
Yes,
seen-
Keith.
Does Jason Aldean count as a rock concert?
It is country rock. So
Yeah.
It's more,
Yeah.
but it's more mostly country either way.
they do have an amp and guitar, live amp and guitar. So technically, you can throw that in there.
Yep. So I've been to 2 rock concerts. I've been to Seether and Jason Aldean.
Nice.
Yep.
I also put Emerson, Lake and Palmer in my top bunch.
I've seen Eminem in concert 4 times.
All right. Well, this isn't the rap show, Keith. Come on.
Yeah. Okay,
All right, well, that's Keith's list. Go
my
ahead, Brad.
top 5 lists would have to be first and foremost, as I mentioned many times, the Beatles. They were the ones who got me into rock and roll and to as I was playing guitar. Thanks to John Lennon's Rickenbacker.
What? Oh my God. Really Mysterious in the chat is either trolling me or
Who?
he's serious. He's
Who?
saying Judas Priest is another overrated group. That's bullshit.
Who said
'Cause you
that?
can't- Really Mysterious. You can't listen to the 2 or 3 songs that are on the radio with Priest. You got to go back and go deep. You know what I'm saying?
You got to go
Maiden,
way deep.
There
you
would
know.
be no Iron Maiden
That's
without
generally true
Priest.
with a lot of groups.
Yeah, whether it's
Priest was
Pink.
way before Maiden, bro. There wouldn't be a Maiden without a Priest. So,
Absolutely,
yeah.
there.
They were only cool because of the Eddie thing, too, by
Yeah.
the way. So, Priest is way much more superior. Don't ever fucking drop that shit in my chat. I probably blocked you last time.
Well, you got to
Yeah,
give it.
regardless.
Well, hold on a second. Well, but yet we also have to give Iron Maiden's frontman Bruce Dickinson his due. I mean, he survived throat cancer. He's a
It's
certified
fine. I know, but
pilot.
you have all these Iron Maiden fan assholes saying, "Oh, Juice," like, bro, they wouldn't be that if it wasn't for, come on.
To me, it's I look at it this way: Priest and Maiden are equally two of the greatest metal bands out there.
They wouldn't be there if it wasn't for bands like Deep Purple or Black Sabbath.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. So we got to hold Black Sabbath and
Yes.
those bands on high regards. Black Sabbath, by the way, is I mentioned. Well, the second one of my favorites was Pink Floyd. The third would be Black Sabbath.
I would throw like how Arknolia felt about Queen. I kind of feel about Pink Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
I can go without. They do have a lot of good songs. I'm not gonna lie, but what really gets me is to be into a band is also touring and live shows, and we will never get that with Pink Floyd. So it's like, why put in your money for the records? Why even be a fan if you can never see them again? I want to go.
I guess what it is, they love to hear the
yeah.
music that this band put it out, because they put out some really interesting stuff there. And we're not just The Wall or Dark Side of the Moon or Wish You Were Here, Animals, Momentary Lapse of Reason, stuff like Metal, the
I just
soundtracks.
think it's just a little. I think Pink Floyd's a little overrated. TBH,
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, well, the songs they play on the radio continuously, they're way overrated there.
Yes.
You've tried to play the live version of Astronomy Domini, all the people today be like, huh? That's their response, because they only know either Comfortably Numb or Wish You Were Here. Or Another Brick of the Wall Part 2 there.
Unbelievable. Your list, your brother?
Are you talking about Led Zeppelin right now?
Yes.
Well, hang on. We're not. Dr. Earl's still got guys left.
Number 4 would be, of course, who Keith just mentioned, Led Zeppelin. And number 5, King Crimson.
Oh.
Hold on, I have a favorite song for Led Zeppelin.
Keith, what's your piece on like the Led Zeppelin?
It's Hey Hey What Can I Do?
What?
Oh, that's a relatively unknown song, and it's a pretty good one.
That's a deep one, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
I've heard
It was
about
the flip side of the Immigrant Song single back then.
Yeah, it's not on any of their albums other than compilations.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember Hootie and the Blowfish did their version for a Zeppelin tribute back in the 90s there, I remember hearing.
Keith, where did you hear that song from? How'd you hear it?
I was at a New Year's Eve party, and they had on. This was after midnight. We were all on the patio. They had on the classic rock station, and Hey Hey What Can I Do came on the radio.
Yeah,
How does it go? How does it go? Like, sing it for us. Do you know it?
Hey, hey, what can I do? I got a woman and she won't be true. Hey, hey, what can I say? Definitely look it up on YouTube there.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, it's acoustic, right?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So it was recorded at the same time they did the third album, which we all know was basically a half acoustic record there.
Okay, so
yeah, it was a definite departure.
Yes.
I listened to the whole song, and then after the song, I was like, "Who is that?" And they all said Led Zeppelin. I was like, "I like Led Zeppelin." They're like, "Yeah, woo!"
Oh, who doesn't like Led Zeppelin? I mean, when you think about it, every band that came out in the 1980s tried to emulate their sound. What
Well,
is?
I mean, listen,
That
I would say that.
that was the first song I heard from Led Zeppelin.
Listen, I would say that they're also in that Pink Floyd category, me a little bit overrated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To
I feel
some
like
degree, I agree with that.
White Snake, is the originators of that sound, and Led Zeppelin. Obviously Robert Plant stole his sound from David Coverdale.
No,
Brown,
no,
you're
well, hold on, hold
responsible.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on. David Coverdale didn't come about the scene until he joined Deep Purple, and that was later on in the 70s. Led Zeppelin started in 1968.
You say
White
so?
Lights and
No, they
Whitesnake
did.
started about in 1975 or 76.
Oh, I was a couple years off. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
I think it was 2017 or
13,
2018.
13 and 15. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Another one of my bands that I liked a lot, mainly for their early stuff, is Genesis. I mean, I'm okay with the Phil Collins part of it, but the Peter Gabriel stuff is awesome.
Wow, and even the stage shirt that Peter Gabriel used to wear during his time with the group, he would come up with these costumes, theatrics, and everything else.
Yeah.
And a lot of
And
times that
there's,
kind of overshadowed the rest of the band.
yeah. And you heard me mention Emerson, Lake and Palmer, right?
Absolutely, yeah. You should look on YouTube for the organ solos that Keith Emerson, rest in peace, used to do. He would jab his knives in between the keys of his keyboard there and mess with the little twitters there, make it this and that there.
Yeah, it's
Brown, what are
he
you
was a
saying
showman.
right now? What is that?
Look
Listening
up,
to
No, he
look
was
up
James
a
the
Barker,
Keith,
showman.
man?
look up Keith Emerson solos, and you'll know what I'm talking about there. There was also this one clip of a flying, rotating piano, which he was strapped to the thing there. It would rise, the piano would rise up while he was playing. It would spin around and around and around.
Yeah, it was Carnival 9 during the California Jam in the 70s,
Hmm.
which will
Look,
help you kind of spot it.
yeah, definitely
The
look
Keith
look it up
Emerson's
there.
flying piano. Because it's
Absolutely.
amazing to me the guy was able to play a song while spinning in the air.
Absolutely. When you think about it, not upchuck afterwards. And also credit to Tommy Lee. He did a drum solo with the same rotating setup he had with his drum kit in 1987.
Yeah.
Look at the video for Wild Side, and you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, and King Crimson would also be on my list.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah. Credit to Robert Fripp. I quit playing guitar for a couple years, and then all of a sudden I was hearing for some reason I saw these records at a Value Village place there, and I just, oh wow, interesting covers here. There's no print on the back or front there. It's all in the gatefold there, so I got them. Listened to it, I'm like, wow, I want to relearn guitar because I want to play like this guy. This guy is abstract as hell, man. Of course, being Robert Fripp.
Right.
And I remember seeing that band twice in 2001 and 2003. What?
Go ahead.
Okay, my next list goes way off the beam.
All right.
We're going to go in the 80s
Nice.
because we get this
Yes.
group called Police.
Oh my goodness. Sting, Stuart Copeland, and Andy Summers. Not people will remember that Andy Summers was one of the guitarists in Eric Burdon and the Animals, believe it or not.
Yeah. Yeah. My number 10 is Wrapped Around Your Finger.
Great song there, and great subject matter.
It's one of Keith's personal favorites.
Yeah.
My number 9 is Can't Stand Losing You.
Oh, yeah. I remember hearing that. That was the follow-up to Roxanne.
My number 8 is Message in a Bottle.
Yeah.
My number 7 is Synchronicity 1.
Um,
My number 6 is Synchronicity 2.
yeah.
My number 5 is Behind My Camel.
Ah.
Now, I tell you, I do go for the songs that aren't just overplayed.
Yep.
And then number 4 is Everything Little Thing She Does Is Magic, which I guess is overplayed.
Very overplayed.
My number 3 is Don't Stand So Close to Me.
And by the way, when you listen to if we know the subject matter of that song there, which is about a teacher being involved with one of his female students.
Yeah.
But you had to keep it under. You had to keep it on the down low.
What?
Yeah, that's the story behind the song.
Oh, now the song makes sense.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Number 2 is Spiritual Material World.
Mm-hmm. Ghost in the Machine.
And my number 1 is Invisible Sun.
Oh man, that's a gritty song from that album as well. Kind of like I
guess I left the Stalker's Anthem off.
Let me
Do we all know what the Stalker's Anthem is?
What is it?
I'm not me.
Every breath you take, listen
Oh my.
to the words.
Oh yeah. I finally understand the lyrics.
Stalker's Anthem.
Oh my gosh.
Puff Daddy did a remix to that song.
Well, actually, what he did is he sampled. He got permission to use the bits from that song for his tribute to the Notorious B.I.G.
Yes.
In fact, Sting even made an appearance when Puff Daddy did that song at the MTV Awards one time.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
I did my Led Zeppelin list, right?
I think you did, yeah. I'm surprised stuff like what was it? I had that album. I had the album what is it called? It was their third record. It came out in 1980. I'm having trouble pronouncing that record, but I got it for Christmas.
Zenyatta Mondatta.
There you go. Where Don't Stand So Close to Me was taken from there. There was this one song that Shadows in the Rain, which is a pretty good song.
Yeah.
They had a great guitar effect from Andy Summers there on that track there. I've been hearing that a lot of times with the lights off in my room.
Yeah.
I know the song Roxanne is about a stripper. I think.
No, it's about a prostitute.
Well, yeah, the prostitute stripper.
Yeah.
Was a lot of because even Keith, you're around in the '80s. Was pretty much all the strippers prostitutes? Like they did both.
Sometimes they did. I believe they still do. Yeah, for extra a few bucks, they'll come in there, suck your dick, and everything else there.
You know.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to know which ones you
go. Today, I was looking for a magazine, but they didn't have one.
Which kind of magazine?
Like a magazine so you could find escorts in there.
Okay.
All right.
Keith, the JB rule, please.
No,
please have some respect.
No JB rule.
Yeah.
No respect to JB. Fuck JB.
Okay, let's stay in the 80s.
Fuck you,
okay, there. That's nice.
Yeah.
The Cars.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh! Rest in peace, Benjamin Orr and Rick Ocasek.
Where you gonna go?
Yeah.
Remember the old SEMO song, guys?
Yeah, so I remember you used to do your version every time that guy came on the air there during our old show.
Okay, my number 10 by that group is Hello Again.
I remember
My
the video
number
for
9.
that.
My number 9 is You Might Think.
Which was I guess was one of the big winners. Well, I guess when he had that first MTV Video Awards, that was one of the first songs to win the top video that year. 1984.
Number 8 is I'm Not the One. Number 7, Since You're Gone.
Good song there.
Number 6, Bye Bye Love.
For the first album, good song there for that album. Good album, by the way.
Oh yeah, that whole album's good.
Oh, absolutely there.
My number 5 is My Best Friend's Girl.
Another classic.
Number 4, Dangerous Type.
From the second record, Candy O.
Number 3 is Candy O.
Ah, the title cut. I remember those songs were played a lot along with the first single, Let's Go.
Yeah. My number 2, you're going to kind of think's a little strange, but I like this song. Moving in Stereo.
Badass. Badass.
Yes.
And my number 1 is actually not one that Rick Ocasek's famous for. Drive.
Oh, yeah.
The Benjamin Orr one.
Yeah,
That
he
one-
sang on that album.
That song to me was just so different from anything else they were doing,
Yeah.
and it just real smooth.
Yes.
And that's also the video where Rick Ocasek would meet his wife, Paula, what's her face there? The who was the model?
Paula Porzakova or something like that.
I know. A lot of these models have these unpronounceable last names.
Well, they're basically from foreign countries.
I know, yeah, but it would be nice if they would give us, descriptions how to pronounce their names there.
Yeah, or just how they're spelled, I suppose.
I guess, yeah.
Okay, I know we already did Cheap Trick.
Guys, we do have a lot of lists in the chat. Keith or Brown, if you want to read off the list in the
Oh yeah,
chat.
I'm going to go. Yeah, I see your chat right now. I have that up as well. Rod Stewart's earlier stuff is amazing. Like, do you think I'm sexy? The Really Mysterious says he likes the Cars as well. Chris Dietrich says Madonna, Alice Cooper, White Stripes, Bob Seger, Eminem.
Seger.
All Michigan-based, by the way. And also impossible to wreck a car with that song playing.
We touched on the Bob Seger.
Yeah, we did Bob Seger last week, actually.
I think we did, yeah.
What was his? What was it? The system, Bob Seger system as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the Silver Bullet Band.
Yep.
Yes.
Read some of those lists.
Well, I just said there.
Really mysterious list.
Yeah.
Yeah, mysterious list.
1 Pink Floyd, 2 Led Zeppelin,
Yeah.
3 Rush, 4 Rolling Stones, 5 Neil Young, 6 Iron Maiden, 7 Sabbath, 8 Eagles, 9 Scorpions, 10 Genesis, 11 The Who,
Now,
12 Deep.
would that have been the 70s Scorpions or the 80s Scorpions?
That's almost like two different bands.
You know?
13 Styx, 14 Supertramp, 15 Van Halen.
That's a pretty decent list.
And also Real Mysterious puts out something there. Same with Pink Floyd, only the stuff with Roger Waters.
Actually, I kind of like the stuff they did without Waters.
Yeah, it was pretty
the
good.
Sid Barrett stuff.
Yeah. But
Which
then
actually
again,
didn't Waters.
give Waters his due. He was able to add that psychotic, that kind of psychotic genius. I guess what radio DJ often mentioned a couple times.
Yeah.
And someone that same shit said Rod Stewart banged Tina Turner, confirmed.
Yes.
Really?
It's confirmed. John, look that up, Keith, real quick. The Rod Stewart scandal with Tina Turner.
What about Third Eye Blind?
Fuck them.
Yeah.
I don't.
What do you think about Third Eye Blind?
Listen, they were what was it? Maybe the late '90s. They were on the radio a lot.
Yeah.
I guess the only band I would include in my top bunch from the 90s and beyond is a group that probably none of you guys have heard of except Earl. Porcupine Tree.
Yeah. Yeah, you sent me a couple of their clips there and how tight their drummer was, and I agree, he is a tight-ass drummer. Definitely.
Why? What do you want me to look up?
The scandal with Tina Turner and
Rod Stewart.
Sex scandal. Did y'all watch the China documentary yet?
No, I haven't yet.
No.
I don't think I have Vice
good.
TV on my cable there.
No, you can download the Vice app. It's free. It's all free.
All right.
Really good documentary. Very sad.
Or you could watch a full episode on YouTube. They usually they have Dark Side of the Rings popping up on there as well.
Brian, it's not dark. It's not part of the Dark Side of the Ring.
I know, yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, it's a full-fledged documentary.
It was sold to Vice, the actual documentary. It's a subcontracted documentary sold to Vice.
Is that China one the one that Vince Russo was involved in?
Yes. The Attitude Era, the ex-fiancé of Triple H.
No, I mean, Vince Russo was largely involved in that
whole band.
particular.
Yeah, he was a writer.
About her.
Yeah, he was a writer. What again?
Paul Levesque.
Paul Levesque, yeah. Triple H's real name.
Yeah, but I mean, Vince Russo was...
Brown, we don't dox here.
I'm not...
Well,
everybody knows his real name.
Vince Russo was heavily involved because he was a friend of China's and he wanted the truth out.
Mm-hmm.
And I personally have a lot of respect for Vince Russo.
Yeah. I would like to have him on my channel sometimes so we could talk about things, like wrestling, what could be done to improve it. I may recall there was one of his...
he's also a music guy.
Yeah, he does this thing called albums where they talk about this. I was in his chat a couple times, naming songs here and there. And also I called in one of his other shows, Full Moon Attitude, asking him if you were writing for the WWE today, what kind of storylines would you use?
Can I say my favorite Third Eye Blind song?
Yes, quickly.
Graduate.
Never heard of it.
Did you look up?
I barely know who Third Eye Blind is.
Nah, you're not missing nothing.
A superstar sets the record straight once again in Tina. When in December of 1981, Tina Turner revealed to people that she'd been physically abused by Ike Turner.
Yep.
Her first time publicly speaking out against... Oh man, my phone froze.
Oh gosh.
Wave in front of it, Keith. It'll unfreeze it. If you wave, like...
Do you see me waving?
Yes.
What? It's...
Smile more, Keith. Can you smile more for the show, Keith, please? Thank you.
Yeah. My camera didn't froze, but my phone froze.
Oh.
Hold on. Let me see. Oh. Alright, it's unfrozen now. Abused by Ike Turner, her first time publicly speaking out against the noted R&B musician and her husband and collaborator for 16 years. Her accusations were folded into a feature somewhat unpromisingly titled Tina Turner, the woman who taught Mick Jagger to dance, is on the prowl again. Technically, the news was her return to high rock visibility after opening for the Rolling Stones on several tour dates that fall and gearing up to do the same for Rod Stewart. Yet the story, which detailed the harrowing escape from one summer night in 1976, he'd beaten her so violently, Turner recalled her face had swollen like a monster's, would radically reshape how she was handled by the press. Soon her traumas became a talking point in interview, and for the reason, altogether different kind of burden. When What's Love Got to Do?
Now, son, it starts raining.
Yeah.
And groaning says maybe her heart, yeah. And I can't wait till the Luna that's at home of mine. And the Luna starts to rain, and I believe
God.
Come on, Matchbox 20, y'all don't like them?
No.
They're so good. Listen, especially when Rob Thomas collaborated with Santana, came out with a great hit.
My favorite
Yeah.
Matchbox 20 song is Mad Season. Yeah. You want me to keep reading?
I don't know, Dr. Brown?
Yeah, go ahead. Read about what an asshole Ike Turner was to his wife.
Her biopic starring Angelina Bassett premiered in Venus in 1993. Turner flatly informed reporters that she hadn't seen the movie. I made a point of just putting the news out to stop the thing so that I could go on with my life, she said, and this constant reminder is not so good. Yet her revelations in People and later in her 1986 autobiography, I, Tina, co-written by the journalist Kurt Loder.
Kurt Loder, who later become the big news staple on MTV there.
Yep, we're only phenomenally brave, but deeply impactful too. One feels their reverberations even now, however remotely. By the end of 1981, Turner was 42 years old and working slowly but surely toward a comeback. Conscious
Slowly
that,
but shortly, you know.
yeah, conscious that like may retaliate after she left him. She told People writer Carl Arrington gunshots were fired into my home. One of
Yeah.
my girlfriend's car was burned and there were threats. I'm
Oh
not
my
saying that
gosh.
like did it I did it. I don't think I'm not saying that I did it. I don't think he would have hurt me, but he wanted to get close and scare me. She'd approached the interview with reluctance. I called my physic and I said, "What's going to happen?" Turner says of that period in Tina, an affecting new documentary from the filmmakers Dan Lindsay and T.J. Martin,
Martin.
Undefeated. It's 2019 and she's in the Zerk Lake House that she shares with her second husband, Erwin Batch. I was really apprehensive about giving the story away because it was telling. She continues, but Turner's psychic insisted that she plunges ahead. She said, "No, Tina is going to do just the opposite. It's going to break everything wide open." What We See in Tina, which premieres this Saturday on HBO, supports that theory. In addition, no roll-licking archive footage,
Hmm.
photographs, and interviews with Art Arrington, leader Bassett, back Oprah Winfrey, Turner, Turner's longtime manager, Roger Davis, and Turner herself, among others. Tina draws heavily from the taped conversations between both Arrington and Turner and Loder and Turner. There was mixed with the difficulty of receiving her past, the sense that having finally won her freedom from Ike, she was finally getting to set the record straight. He had discovered her, he named her, she was born Anna Mac Bullock.
Anna Mae Bullock.
Yep. Tina was inspired by the comic book heroine Sheena, Queen of the Jungle.
Mm.
For years, the two had only appeared and performed together. The People piece was Davies' idea. At its point was no officially unhitched Tina stars from Ike's. When I first started trying to look for a record deal with Tina, the
Damn it.
general
Wow.
feeling was, is she with that guy?
You alright,
Davis,
YR?
Yeah, Lightning just scored.
Oh.
Davis explains in the film, no one had any idea. 15 years, 6 Grammys, and 4 high-energy world tours later, Turner had effectively changed the narrative. We have 50,000 letters downstairs from women who have also been through it and survived. Winfrey told Turner during a segment on her show in 1996. Tina did it, and so can you. Do you realize that you are a feminist hero in America? Larry King
She is.
fired Turner in 1997.
She is. She is a hero. She walked away from the abusive situation, rose to the top of the game, and whereas the ex-husband, he just went. In
Yep.
fact, now even though he passed away a couple years ago, you cannot speak about the guy without mentioning the abuse he inflicted on her. They don't talk about his musicianship or his or anything else. Just the fact that he was an abusive son of a bitch to her.
Oh, come on, Brown.
Yeah, but still,
Yeah,
I
I
don't.
see what you're saying.
You don't. I'm sorry. You do not abuse women like that. Any guy who hits a woman is a piece of shit. Bottom
I
line.
mean, listen, there's people like Danny MT who are malicious, and that's type of people like that. You
Yep.
know,
And then my advice to Danny, was stop it. It's not getting you anywhere, but in
and it's
trouble.
not cool either. It's not like, I feel better, bigger. Like, nah, come on.
No.
And that's not
No.
being an SJW Brown, like being
No, I'm
cool
not.
with women, right?
No. No. Precisely. You hit the nail right on the head, YR.
Checking reading.
Go ahead.
Well, now let's do some Arknolia list.
Okay, yeah. Anything? I'm sorry to cut you off there with the whole thing there. Like, no, I didn't have any more lists, dude.
Yeah, for the 80s.
Well, basically, the lists I have left are prog bands. I want to do those later.
All right.
We're over time anyway, I think.
Oh, wow. I think
'Cause
we're
what I was
about
gonna
almost
do
2
next-
hours there.
Yeah, because what I was going to do also, and we can do it on the next show, was start going over artists that that had stuff but weren't big enough for list, or I just didn't want to make a list for them. But that list gets lengthy. That's going to cover 3 or 4 episodes, I think.
All right.
When you're talking about 70s and 80s.
All right.
Okay, let's kind of think about that one. And not just list people, but the people that did songs that we know, but maybe were 1-hit wonders, 2-hit wonders, 3 or 4-hit wonders.
Like Keith.
Yeah.
Keith of the 60s, like what? Because, you said you like the 60s stuff too. Like what? Motown stuff or whatever. Not Motown, but British Invasion, anything like that?
Oh, yeah, I love the British Invasion.
Oh, yeah, a lot of good stuff there.
My one of my favorite songs from the '60s is "Dancing in the Moonlight" by King Harvest.
Oh, no, that's 70s.
That's Thin Lizzy.
No.
And
King Harvest.
King Harvest, the band? Oh, okay.
Dancing in the Moonlight's King Harvest.
Because I know Thin Lizzy had the song of the same title. No, there was a different song or whichever there.
Actually, Dancing in the Moonlight is distinctive for one thing, which I'll mention again when we do King Harvest. It's one of the first songs, and possibly the only song, that actually had a xylophone solo.
Okay, what the heck?
Okay, somebody went on high alert.
I was going to say, what is it? Amber Alert, Silver Alert? What the fuck?
That sounded like a trash can alert.
All right. All right, so you were saying Arknolia?
Oh gosh, I'm kind of thinking about it.
Oops.
Well, we were talking about King Harvest. I'll mention it again when we do King Harvest, but they were one of the first bands. I believe they were the first band, and maybe the only band, that has a xylophone solo.
Oh, wow. Because the only time we often hear a xylophone in rock and roll is through the stuff from Frank Zappa.
Yeah, but it's kind of weird when you think about it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and I like "Brandy" by Looking Glass.
Another one hit.
That's
wonder,
good.
boy,
That's
a
good.
good.
It is a good song when you think about it. It is.
That's a great song.
I like the Four Seasons. I like the Temptations, I guess. Yeah, and
The Temptations, yeah, Motown.
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Gritty song, by the way.
Oh yeah, I like that song, Mr. Postman. I like the Crystals.
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
I like everything Motown.
Yeah, there was some great stuff done.
And the great covers to some of those Motown songs. I like remember
Shannon, come on, what's with the Islanders? Come on.
where are they?
I think they're at the game.
Oh wow. I was going to say if they're somewhere, if they're available, you could get them on the call here.
Oh, Maybe call it from the game can. Show it. Show
If you're in the chat,
action.
if you're listening, man.
The action of the ice. They're losing now, so.
Yeah, for a minute there, you sounded like the Emperor.
YR Palpatine?
Okay.
Give me, look what Shid's writing in the chat, and then he said, like, he need read something Scott said in a deep Scott McKinnon voice, but like I don't. Where do I find that script of what Scott said?
You don't need to. Either way, it's all threats, it's all bullying, it's all this, it's all that narrative, it's all the same narrative over and over and over and over there.
Right. Okay, you're right.
And we don't need to repeat what that doofus says.
Yes.
Hey, Dr. L, I meant to ask you there, who's your girl you got on the chat there, or not chat?
Oh, you mean in the little the screen there? That is what's her name? Famke. That's from the movie Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters in 2013.
Oh, okay, because I was going to say,
Her name.
I have a girl on mine too.
Wow. I guess her name is Famke Janssen. She's a character actor. She was also in one of a few X-Men movies just as well.
Oh. Do you want to go see my girl?
On your, let me find it there. Blah, blah. Let me find it there.
Keith, look up Areola.
Okay.
Whoa.
Areola?
Where we going?
I was going to say areola.
Yeah, I know what that is.
I see her there, yeah. Who's that lady on your thumbnail?
A small circular area, in particular the ring of pigmented skin surrounding a nipple.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Any
we
of
didn't
the
know that?
Not really, no.
Any of the small spaces between the veins on
oh,
a
I see now.
Breast.
Yeah.
It's buffering right now, so.
The nervous on an insect's wing. A reddened patch around a spot.
Oh my gosh.
Or PAPULE.
Yeah, of course I knew the nipple one.
Oh my gosh. I love what you got on the screen of your live stream there. Moo, moo,
Yeah, it's Molly
moo, moo. Who?
Molly Mookow.
Oh, yeah. That's the same cow that Joe uses for one of his donations with Leah on vocals, air quotes.
Yo, Keith.
Yes.
Chris Dietrich Diteki said in the chat that you Disturbed, the band Disturbed. You're a big Disturbed guy, correct?
Yes, I am. And I'm even a bigger fan of Godsmack and Stain.
Kind of like the 2000s metal there.
Now, Brian, you are a big Stain guy, correct?
No, never liked Stain. Never liked Stain because one of those little, like I said, the problem I have with some of the new metals is like, the metal I remember is like, I have the beast inside of me. Whereas the new metal is like, I'm afraid of the beast inside of me. You know, that's not how I am, you know.
Well, when we get into that era, we're going to need YR and
Keith here.
Keith big time because I have very little knowledge of anything beyond about the 80s.
Or the 90s, yeah. Because I don't know about it because there was hardly any real. To me, it was not really good rock and roll in the 1990s. It was all sensitive stuff like folky stuff like the Blues Traveler, Spin Doctors, the stuff I was not into, you know.
Yeah, Three Doors Down.
No, I don't like them either because it's mostly ballad stuff there.
Well, the Spin Doctors was like
hippie
mom music.
Yeah, or hippie music there. For the people out there who like to wear these short jean shorts there, sandals, little beards looking like the
like
like Tony.
Yeah.
Really
I don't.
mysterious. I love Puddle of Mud.
Oh, I never liked them
Puddle of
either.
Mud.
Never
What do you
liked them
think?
I've
either.
never even heard of them.
Be glad.
Well, Tony, you know that band Stabbing Westward? Tony was the drummer. Like, I think the drum tech, but I think he was part drummer too in Stabbing Westward band.
Oh wow.
Well,
I know
I know
that's
for a
Joe
while when
Cronin.
I was listening. Yeah, when I was listening to Cronin, he was always talking about that band.
Yeah, I know. He even interviewed their frontman for one of his for one time there.
Where I had their drummer on my show for 6 months, so it's been
Dr. Earl, what do you think about Five Finger Death Punch?
Somewhat all right there. Like I said,
listen, Earl. Those are groups that tour. Obviously not at the moment, but they tour constantly. They do Disturbed. A lot of them do like shows together, like opening acts with Disturbed, and then Five Finger Death Punch. Keith, what was the other one? The one you said you saw? What was the band? Caesar. Like those 3 acts could be on one ticket. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I saw Caesar, it was Caesar opening up for Three Doors Down.
What song does Caesar sing?
Gasoline, Fine Again.
And how does it go? How does it go? I forget.
I forget too. It was.
What rock songs do you know? Like what rock songs do you not forget? Like which ones do you know right now?
Keith, hold on a second. Let me ask you a question. Any of the songs that me and Arknolia and YR have been mentioning, have you even taken the time to listen to them?
Yes.
No, I don't want to learn new music, even if it's old music.
Whoa. It's classic
Nobody says you have
music.
to learn it.
It's
John,
classic.
Rock and roll show that was dressing like a rapper, number one. Yeah.
And you're
Well,
saying,
every once in a while, I've gone in and looked at some of these reaction videos by people that go back to hear these songs from the 60s and 70s, and generally their reaction is, "Wow, this is real music," as opposed to the stuff they're listening to now.
But it's still it rubs off on Keith when he, when we do shows, because I play a lot of the music, and when we're behind the scenes, talking about shows or whatever, like, I play a lot of music and Keith hears it, you know what I'm saying? Keith, you're nice with people, like you say, thank you, and have a good time, congratulations, you're nice to people, like, yes, you think, what do you say, like, no, and yes.
Yep.
And thank you, you're welcome.
Yes.
But keep going back to discussion. One of the reasons why we do these shows, like we do, is to inform the people out there who only know the hit songs on the radio.
Right.
With Judas Priest, or me and YR mentioned this last year during Metal Maniacs. They only know, kids only know the radio hits like Breaking the Law, Got Another Thing Coming, or Living After Midnight, but yet are completely unaware about Last Rose of Summer, Sinner, or Run to the Mill, or the songs like Dreamer Deceiver, or
Judas Priest.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but
Keith, real quick. Keith, look up Chris Cornell and how he used tracks on stage. He never sang live right. Chris Cornell.
And give him credit. He had a massive vocal range.
Damn it, dude. Shit!
You all right?
Tampa Bay, 2 points.
Is Chris Cornell from the Foo Fighters?
No.
Chris Cornell.
No, he was from Soundgarden and Audio Slave. Rest in peace.
All right. What do you want me to look up about Chris Cornell?
Chris Cornell, it was lip syncing.
Lips on stage?
Yes.
What the fuck?
People in the chat, he's great. Nah, come on. The best is Stone Temple Pilots over Soundgarden. Come on.
Yes. Stone Temple Pilots is amazing.
Well, they were good. Well, I admit they had some pretty good songs, just the ones that we didn't hear on the radio. Remember, I'm not a radio guy type of guy there.
Did you hear Tripping on a Hole in a Paper Heart?
I have heard that. I heard that one time there, yes.
And actually, that's kind of the way I feel, too. That's why a lot of my lists don't do the radio songs. They do deeper cuts.
The deep
What?
tracks. We're
I
all
remember
about deep tracks here, right, bro?
Yeah, absolutely. Well,
I was
that's
listening.
and keep this in mind, Keith. The reason why you're one of the reasons why you're involved in this program for you to learn all these songs.
Yes.
And
No,
precisely, other than Breaking Benjamin or Cedar and all that stuff, you need to expand your
no.
horizons there.
I'm only on this show for one reason, and it's because YR calls me to be on the show. That's the only reason.
Yeah, but it's not just about that. It's about
Not about
learning
that, Keith.
things.
The learning
Absolutely.
process.
Yeah,
No, I
exactly. Don't
don't
be
listen
so
to any music
close-minded.
anymore. I'll listen to a song once in a while on YouTube, but mostly I'm listening to shows in this community, and
Well,
I'm barely
just
even doing
because
that.
well, Dr. Brown, just because he doesn't listen to the song doesn't necessarily mean he didn't learn something. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? He learns a lot, but he chooses, he's in the African American culture. He likes that culture. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So,
Uh, Chris Cornell kind of flubs the lip sync on the line with a dirty feel, and I always thought it was cool they left it in. This video does not have sound. Oh, and then it's just a bunch of people writing comments about it. Maybe I should find another article. Oops.
Oh.
Hold on. Let's see. The lead singer voice, even without the background score, is this picture. Someone isolated background music from Chris Cornell's Black Hole Sun.
I know that song.
Yeah, we all know that. So when he died, almost every band was doing their tribute to him by performing that song. But yet, they should at least done Outshine or Snakes, or was that one called Snakes and Ladders, I think it was, or possibly Loud Love or Big Dumb Sex.
Yeah, I'm not really finding an article about him lip singing on stage.
Because I don't think he probably did any lip syncing on stage.
Nice round table. It's going to be a mix. That's why I'm calling it a round table. We're going to do a music program with Brown. We're going to do our Islanders reactions. We're going to do our drama. Of course, Tony is fired. He won't be there.
Oh my God, this is from earlier.
Just questions. No one seemed to want to call in. But
did you have Donald Duck on your show?
Why has a boy has a little voice changer of his own?
Yeah, it's an end of an era. I guess I could say I appreciate Tony's
Well, actually,
time.
that's not Donald Duck. It's Alvin. From Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah.
yes.
Behavior like that.
It's on the recording, by the way.
Associated with malicious people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe I found it.
What? The article?
Yeah, no, I don't think he lip synced on stage because I can't find an article about it.
No, I don't think he ever lip synced at all. Remember, usually pop singers do that.
Yep.
Yep. And like Milli Vanilli and the old Electric Light Orchestra, they used to lip sync, believe it or not.
Paul Stanley.
Oh yeah, he's the guy called out for that. That's for sure. They were listening to the performance of "I Was Made for Loving You" when they did that New Year's Eve thing. I guess it was in India. You could tell when listening to the vocals. You could tell definitely which was his and which was pre-recorded. You could definitely know for sure.
Well, the pop singers generally lip sync because they're almost all auto-tuned.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because they can't carry a note.
Yeah, absolutely. And plus, you got to remember, a lot of times a lot of these boy bands often have to lip sync because they have to do the exact same moves that they did in the video. That's what the little girls expect from them, blah, blah, blah. And so they have to do that, otherwise they'd be like, oh, baby, oh, baby, they'll be fucking out of breath from all that dance that they do. And nobody wants to see that. So they got to play the lip syncing bullshit there.
Right.
We've seen that so many times.
Remember when Ashley Simpson lip synced on, I think it was Saturday Night Live?
Yes, it was, and that fucked her career ever since that.
Yep.
And that's one of the things that pees people up. They pay good money to see this act, just pay it by directors. They find out it's not really them. What the fuck are we paying all this money for? Fuck this bullshit. Because in a lot of ways, when you do that kind of bullshit, you're letting your audience down.
Yep.
Yeah.
And your audience and your fan base is what earns you the money. Keep that in mind, folks.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so do you have any more lists right now, Arknolia, on what we need to discuss here?
Well, the only lists I have left are all prog bands, and I want to do those separately.
Okay, on another episode, we'll get to do that,
But
I guess. Yes.
Next episode, we're going to stay in the 70s and 80s and cover artists that, I guess, for lack of a better term, weren't big enough to have a list worth bringing.
We do have some news coming in from for Keith to read. Brand new news right now.
What, for Keith? Oh, yeah, what is it?
Keith, go to Blabbermouth.
All right.
And you'll see the KK Downing, brand new KK Downing news.
Oh, yeah. Like a new interview, a new article on him? Or tour dates?
KK Downing. When Glenn Tipton retired, I fully expected that would be the opening for me to return to Judas Priest. Let me go. I'm clicking it now. Founding Judas Priest guitarist KK Downing says that it is absolutely not true that he retired from the music industry after his exit from the band a decade ago. Downing left Priest in
just came out today too. This is like
I got it right now as well. Yes, definitely.
Go ahead, Keith.
Downing left Priest in 2011 and claims of band conflict, shoddy management, and declining quality of performance. He was replaced by Richie
Faulkner for
nearly 3 decades
with the boy.
His junior. This 69-year-old Downing, who wrote about his departure from Priest in his 2018 autobiography, Heavy Duty Days and Nights in Judas Priest, discussed his split with the group in a brand new interview with the X-Men podcast hosted by Doc Coyle.
Doc Coyle.
Oh, I like Bad Wolves. I know their song Zombie. I think that song is good.
Yeah, there's Cranberries cover there.
Yes. I kind of skidded through that period in my book. Really, I didn't really go into that much detail. KK said, no, I didn't retire. Absolutely didn't. In 2010, things were coming to a boil.
Coming to a boil.
Oh, a boil. Things were happening. I wasn't happy with the previous tour because I love Glenn Tipton, Judas Priest guitarist, and I respect him a lot, but he used to have too many beers before and during the concerts at the time. And I don't know what was going on. We had words about it, but musically we weren't as sure as I felt I wanted to be. I wasn't really happy with that. It was rock and roll. It's one of those things. It's rock and roll, or you're a band that really wants to lock it in tight. And that's what I used to get off on musically, was being really solid and locked in with these kick drums. You're either Keith Richards, and who's got a beer in one hand and a cigarette in the other, but you're still playing the guitar, or you're really digging deep. It's a long-winded thing, but Rob Halford vocals was doing a lot of things with his own band, touring.
The band Halford, that is, as well.
And remember two.
Yeah, but that's no longer functioning. They only had that one album, and that was it. And by the way, the other half of that group later was, as I mentioned, John Lowry a.k.a. John 5.
Yeah, during the Ozfest, Downing continued. His released 2 studio albums.
Shit!
The year I left in that year, 2010, and then I was getting pressured to do an EP, and I'm going. We're not an EP band, and it was the farewell tour. We were all retiring. That was the deal. I saw the press release saying it was the end of the band and all of this. And I don't know, maybe I just had some kind of breakdown and I went, you know what? Have it. You want it? It's yours. Have it. But what actually happened was a friend of mine was really encouraging me to do the final tour, and he was saying the right things. I guess you've been there this long. It's just one more tour. You've got to complete the journey. And so I started to talk to Ian Hill, Judas Priest bassist, over a period of about a week, saying, and I think maybe I'll do it. I've ordered some guitar processors from Germany to do the tour. I was going to do it, and I was talking to Ian about doing it, and I fully expected to get a message from the management saying, are you going to do it? Is it true you want to do it? But I never heard anything, and I didn't get the right feedback from Ian. My friend was giving me all this encouragement, but I wasn't getting the same sort of thing back from Ian, because me and Ian went to kindergarten together. We've been there every minute of this journey, but he wasn't saying the things that my friend was saying. But he would have been relaying things back to camp, back to base, but they weren't coming though. They sent a press release they were gonna release saying, we're gonna release this tomorrow. Are you okay with the wording? And I said to Ian, can you email me the set list over? Let me see the set list, which he did, and I phoned him back saying, Ian, it looks great. I thought it would be all Glenn's choices. And I said, it looks great, but the next morning they sent a press release saying I retired. So I sent in my second resignation letter to Priest and the management saying that this is the truth. Forget everything I said in my previous letter, because I was trying to bail out amicably, and also knowing that these guys would have the purse strings, and I was a director of the company that handles Priest business. Oh shit, I gotta go. I'll be back in like, I don't know, 4 minutes.
What happened?
That handles Priest's affairs. Let me
bring us with you, Keith.
Want me to finish the article, Keith?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And everything I knew I was gonna speak to them, but in the second letter I just flipped and I told the truth why I quit 3 months earlier. But they still told the fans and the world that I retired to look after my golf course. No, I didn't. I had professional managers. It had been open for 6 years. It wasn't true, and I hated it. But because I had to carry this burden now with the fans thinking KK's an a-hole, he deserted us, he did this to look after his golf course and retire, not true. Now, Downing added, quote-unquote, straight away after leaving Priest, I went to produce the Violent Storm album with producer Roy Z. I asked Roy Z to help me out on that one because I was doing some other things as well. Straight away, I did the arranging for all the songs, helping out, and that album turned out pretty good. There was a band that Violent Storm with Nick Servino from Blackmore's Night and Yngwie Malmsteen. Then I went to do other things, mentoring other younger bands. I recorded a version of Priest's Beyond the Realms of Death again for the Devil Star project. Les Bings, who's a former drummer of Judas Priest, Ripper, Tim Owens, who also was ex-vocalist of Judas Priest after Halpert's departure, was on that as well, wasn't he? So I continue to do things all the time, but always expecting there to be an opening. And when Glenn retired, I fully expected that there would be the opening, but they never called me. So essentially, those guys are going out there playing my songs and stuff like that, so they can call themselves priests. But I feel totally entitled to be a priest, also, and be able to play my songs. Now, as you know, KK has KK's Priests. They have just released their album. What's it called? What the fuck I called that name?
Sermons of the Sinners.
Yes, thank you. He's joined by Tim Owens, guitarist AJ Mills from the band Hostel, Voodoo Six's bass player Tony Newton, and drummer Sean Ilg, ELG, from Cage and Death Riders. Now, the album will be released this coming August via Explorer One Music Group / EX1 Records. And the first single, Hellfire Thunderbolt, came out last month. And of course, as you know, I did a video reviewing that track there.
Yes.
Now, Tipton.
The title track followed last week.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Tipton was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease 7 years ago after being stricken by the condition at least half a decade earlier, but announced in February 2018 he was going to sit out touring activities in support of Priest's latest album, Firepower. He was replaced by Firepower album producer Andy Sneap, who is also known for his work in NWO, BHM, Revelish Hell, and Cult Thrash Outfit.
And by the way, NWO BHM means New Wave of British Heavy Metal.
All right.
That's what that was called back then. Bands like Angel Witch, early Priest, early Maiden when they first came out. Bands like many other bands out there. Venom was one of them. Many other groups. You got to look that up on the Wikipedia sometime.
Okay.
Absolutely. All right, there. Do we have any more, guys?
I think we're all good for tonight. I mean,
all right,
the music show.
All right.
I'm done.
Okay. All right. I guess that'll be it for tonight there. Now, hopefully this time I won't get no call into work. I probably shouldn't say that because mostly with my Murphy's disease, I'll probably get one either way there. But if we do another show, it'll be this coming Thursday, and possibly it'll be at 6 p.m. Eastern Time instead of 7 because, my stint with Minnesota Vikings fan and Real Suck TV, if it goes on, it's at 6 Central because they've been doing their shows as of late at a later time there. But hopefully this time things will be back to normal like it is here. And, of course, we'll be able to continue our journey there and to find out all the prog rock greats that are out there.
We'll do those later, but we're going to do the artists that were either one hit, two hit, not very many hit.
Yeah.
Individual artists.
Absolutely, yeah. We got to look at those because there's a lot of them, especially in the 80s. You remember this guy, Nick Kershaw, his song, Wouldn't It Be Good?
No.
Oh, you got to look it up, Keith. It was a big hit around 1984, 85 there.
Okay.
Absolutely there. All right, I guess I'll be done for today there. I guess.
Me and Keith are going to stay on here.
All right, you got your show to do, and of course I'm got some stuff to do as well. And plus, plan on doing a live dark ambient stream. I'm going to do a remix from one of the tracks from my SoundCloud page there, an extended remix for that matter. So everybody out there watching this channel, definitely check that out when I come back on later on tonight.
Yes, Dr. Brown, was the last time you took a shit? By the way.
What do you mean I took a? What? What are you talking about? When I said I took a shit? What do you mean?
When's the last time you took a shit? Because we always ask our guests if they had soft or hard stool.
Oh my gosh, dude! It was
Keith.
I don't. Oh my gosh, dude! Oh my gosh! Yeah, no, it doesn't really it doesn't matter if it's hard or soft or whatever, as long as I get that shit out. Either way.
Gotta get it out of there.
Yeah. Gosh. All right, so that's it for today for Arknolia, YR, Keith Barber, and myself. And this is Arknolia. This is actually both the YR program and Arknolia and a doctor combined, I guess you could say there. You guys have yourself a good Monday evening. And I got a text message to see what the fuck is up with that. So you guys have a good one, all right?
We're gonna take a quick commercial break.
All right.
Okay, bye.